it's impossible, you can't do it? Who says the things like, you're too old, you're too fat, you're too stupid, you don't know how to do it? Who are you to want such a thing? Who tells you no in all kinds of different ways that diminish your spirit and pull you down? Who says no to you? Who is not there for you in the way that you need emotionally by giving you the words no when you tell them your dreams, your ideas, and your desires? Here's the thing. No is just someone else's opinion. No is their limited thinking. No is what their brain tells them when they believe they can't do it. It's not possible, and it's way too big for them. Don't listen to anyone else's no. Know yourself. Know what it is you want. Know what it is you believe in and desire, and don't let anyone else's opinion of what you want to do stop you from going after what it is you want. No is their limited ideas. It means they can't do it. They don't see it. They don't have the vision like you do. So don't believe in their no and go after your yes. No just means new option. It means there's a new way of doing it. No means new option for you, not them, but you. You get to go after what it is you want because you believe in it. You see it. You have the vision. It's in your heart. It's in your soul. It's your DNA. Why you are here and why you do what you do is because you have it in you. That's all that matters. It doesn't matter what anyone else says. And in fact, no is just the universe's way of challenging you, of questioning you, of putting up a little bit of resistance to see if you are going to continue. When someone else says no, it's a test. It's a test to know if you want it bad enough to go through them, beyond them, past them, over top of them if you have to get what it is you believe is real for you. No just means new option. Go after it in your own way. Find a different path. Turn, pivot, do something completely the opposite, knowing that there's another option, another reason. There's another way. There's another destiny out there for you. It doesn't matter what someone else says. Their no is not your no. So believe in you. Go after your dreams. Know yourself enough to know that you've got this. This is yours. You can do this. Believe in you, ignite you, and be you. That's all that matters.
Well, good morning, everybody. Welcome to something spectacular. All right, wherever you are in the world, wake up and get excited because we're going to do something completely amazing today. I'm your host, JB Owen of Ignite, and I'm so excited. Let me just turn that down a slight little bit so you can hear me. Welcome, everybody, to the fabulous, fantastic IGNITEARAMA for the sensational, award-winning, super galactic, best-selling book, Ignite Your Faith. We're here today to share with all of our incredible authors. They're going to be coming on one by one, and they're going to be speaking to you and sharing why they wrote this book and a little bit behind their story. And so I wanted to get you excited. I want you to be feeling good inside. I want you to be happy. It's a Saturday, and we're going to be doing something magical. And I'm going to be here for the next 7.5 hours talking to all of our authors, really sharing with them the power of faith. And so I invite you to, join us. Get comfy, settle in. It's Ignite Your Faith, IGNITEARAMA by the incredible Ignite publishing team. I'm your host, JB Owen, and I'm so blessed to be here because this is a book of substantial portion. There's all kinds of fun things happening wherever you are. live on Facebook, live on YouTube. If you're in the house, in the green room, and you're joining us, welcome, 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 because Ignite does this every single time. And I just want to share with you, we are on book number 19. That's right, folks, book number 19. This is the 19th compilation book that we have done in our series. This was our empowerment series, our virtue series. We did forgiveness, we did wisdom, and this is our faith book, and we're really excited to be with each and every one of you, wherever you are in the world. Blessings to you once again. So what do we do? Well, we show up on these special occasions. We just launched the faith book yesterday. So if you haven't heard, you're like, what's going on? Fill me in, JB. We literally launched Ignite Your Faith yesterday. We went bestseller in 2 countries before noon. It was so exciting. And the team's going to share, we have gone to bestseller in 3 countries now. We've gone bestseller in Canada, bestseller in the US, and bestseller in UK. And we are just delighted because it goes to show you that the world needs faith. The world wants faith. There's faith everywhere in every corner of the globe. People are dialing into and leaning into their faith, whatever that is, whatever that looks like. And it's not just one. We love this book because there are so many different styles of faith, in the sense that there are different icons and different religions and different deities and different things that people believe in and have faith in, and that's what pulls them through. And you all know how much I am committed to Ignite moments. We all have those powerful Ignite moments that change us and transform us. And these stories are about Ignite moments around faith, how faith and believing and knowing and trusting and really connecting with something deeper than themselves got them through the trials and tribulations of life, brought them to the other side, ignited them in ways that they didn't know, and really helped them be the best versions of themselves. And it was through faith that this all happened. And so these are really powerful stories. If you're looking for faith, if you're feeling like you need to believe in something more, if you want to ground into a feeling of knowingness that something outside of you, bigger than you, is taking care of you, these are the stories for you. And so hop on over to Amazon. Right now, we are so lovingly, blessingly giving these downloads for the digital copy away for free all this weekend. We want as many people as possible to enjoying the power of faith and to getting access to our books. And so we give them away for free for our entire launch weekend. And we want as many people to be able to go to Amazon, click on the link, and download it for free. And so all you have to do is head on over to your web browser, go to Amazon, wherever you are in the world, whatever your Amazon is, and then in the search bar, put Ignite Your Faith, and it'll take you directly to the book, and you will be able to see that you can access that book for free right now. And it's really exciting because this is a book that's going to touch the heart, touch the soul, inspire you, magnify your belief systems, and really put you forward. And each and every story was told by a group of authors that really dug deep and shared vulnerably their stories. It's a powerful book, 27 stories in the book, all about faith, and we want to share it so lovingly and delightfully with you. Now, how can we get started? Well, for every 15 minutes going forward, we're going to be meeting with some of our amazing authors. So we're going to invite them into the room. And they have also, in turn, invited in their family, invited in their friends and family to join us. And so you're going to get to meet them, find out a little bit about their story, then meet some of their family and see that beautiful interaction, and then celebrate with them and be invigorated with them as they share about their journey in igniting faith. We think this is a beautiful opportunity because, well, it started during COVID when we couldn't be together. And now it's so exciting because we get to connect in this virtual world, this wonderful thing of Zoom, and we get to see each other and really feel the essence of what we're experiencing on this powerful launch weekend. And so you are in the right and perfect place. We love that you are here. And of course, before we get started, if you want to know more about what we're up to, and we're always up to something, we are starting our next 2 books, Ignite Your Purpose and Ignite Your Courage, also part of the Virtue series. And so if you have a story to tell and you want to be on the other side of an IGNITEARAMA a few months from now, and you have an Ignite moment that you would love to share with others, we would love to have you be a part of that. And you can go to our website, igniteyou.life, and find out about Ignite Your Purpose and Ignite Your Courage. You can find out all of our books there, all 19 of our books, but we're really celebrating Ignite Your Faith today. And we want to start introducing, meeting, and getting excited about the many authors that are here to share with us and talk about their stories and what they're up to and what they're doing and how they really truly love this experience of uniting their lives through faith. And so without further ado, I'm going to play a little bit more music. We're going to get everything settled. We're going to have some fun. Today's going to be great, everybody. Lots of fun, lots of excitement, lots of inspiration, and you get to meet some of the best people on the planet who really are doing magical things in their lives by telling their Ignite moments. All right, well, let's get excited. Let's have some fun. Let's do what we always do. Let's welcome in our very first guest. She's amazing. I believe she's here in the house. We're going to be talking with one of our authors who shared her story in the book, and we're going to take a moment as we enter and welcome her and her family into the show. We're going to be here all day on Facebook, all day on YouTube. So grab your phone and just have us playing in the background with whatever you're doing. Just be listening to us and listening to this amazing author. Welcome, my darling. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Unmute yourself. And here you are. I know this is what I love to do as we kick off the show. Yay! Congratulations!
Thank you so much.
Congratulations. How you doing, my darling? How's it feel? Best-selling author, fabulous launch weekend. Welcome, Miss Ava, to the show.
This is how it goes.
Did you wake
Thank
up this
you.
morning feeling a little bit differently? Did you kind of throw back the covers and be like, wow, I'm an international best-selling author today?
You know what's amazing was I just did my gratitude dance before I went to bed, and I messaged friends and I messaged my my little leadership group, and I am just so grateful that that I'm like, I can't believe this. You know, I'm still in awe. My Teresa's here. I did invite several friends, my husband too. I'm just so grateful, JB, especially for the process. The process is, you know, of even just walking me to the courage to write, you know, it's just very transformative. Thank you.
Yeah, you're very welcome. It's very interesting because a lot of people want to write. They don't feel like they can write. They feel like they can write, but they're not sure if they should tell things publicly. A lot of people have always wanted to write, but they didn't know how. And so there's a lot of different layers that at Ignite we love to unpack and support you in. Would you say that writing this particular story was difficult, easy, harder than you thought, easier than you thought?
It was harder than actually to begin with. I wasn't ever planning on writing about this portion of my life, right? So it was difficult. I didn't actually realize how difficult it was, how it would bring me back to emotions I didn't even have. Like, I didn't even give myself the chance to cry about that or cry about that little girl. You know, I kind of like just brushed it off. So it is powerful how my friend Jocelyn here too.
Yay, welcome.
And Kathy,
welcome,
my best
welcome.
friend. Teresa,
Well,
thank you for being
I
here.
want to just say thank you, and we'll get to them in a few moments, that it is powerful to be genuine and honest. And it is also incredibly healing to honor that little girl and to that part of you that totally deserves love and attention and admiration and recognition. And so bravo to her. to that amazing little you that wrote her story. And we just want to acknowledge her so much. Your story is beautiful and special. Will you give a tiny little bit of sharing with the viewers so they know what to expect in your story, so they can look out for it and want to read it?
Yes, absolutely. My story is titled, How Did I Get Here? And it's my looking back to, it really is often my question. It really is often my question. Like I would look at the amazingness of the things that I experienced, and I'm like, how did I get here? You know? And I went back to the journey of where I started as a little kid, not really having the privilege to even dream about what I get to do today. I didn't even know enough to dream about what I'm getting to do today. And the very, very difficult childhood that I came from, the abuse that I went through growing up, and the challenges, it seems like it's only 6 pages long, but it seems like it's the essence of my life. That's how it was, like, that's how it was written, like mind-boggling. I was able to go through the journey of my life to where I am today. And I honored the people who have dropped seeds in me in passing, like they didn't even know, they even have no idea that what they said shaped me. And so my mantra is what you say means something to someone.
Amen.
What you say matters to someone. It matters because that's what it is for me. Like there very, very small moments, like in passing, and yet they have shaped me.
Well, that's a perfect way. I was going to say, if what people say matters, then let's hear what your friends have to say. It's a perfect segue into it. So Teresa, welcome. Unmute yourself. Share a little bit with your amazing girlfriend, bestie, superpower friend, and share with us a little bit about reading her story.
I think Ava is a powerhouse. She is amazing. She's like this hidden talent that's going to explode upon the world. And I feel so blessed to have her in my life. She has been one of those people that has said things in passing that have completely transformed my life. I just feel so blessed to be in her presence and to be here at this book launch, because if anybody is holding back from buying this book, Ava truly is an angel and she deserves to shine. I just feel completely blessed to be here, and I wish everybody in the book, but especially Ava, great success.
Yeah, Ava, that's beautiful. Take that in, take that in. All right, Kathy, your turn if you want to unmute yourself.
Congratulations, Ava.
Thank you.
Oh, I am so blessed to know and to be close friends with this amazing person. Ava, you have changed my life in more ways than you'll ever know. I feel like you've truly saved my life, like brought me out of the grave. You resurrected me and saved my life and given me a new life. So thank you for everything that you've said and done and been, and holding me high. You, oh my gosh, you have so much faith in me and made me realize what I'm capable of. Thank you. You are the hands and the feet of Jesus, and you've blessed me.
Thank you,
Wow, that's incredible. Beautiful, Kathy. Beautiful sharing. All right, Jocelina, is that correct?
Ina.
Thank you. Welcome to the show. You look beautiful today.
Thank
Share
you.
with our other little princess.
Yes, thank you. I am so grateful, Ava, for having you in my life. And one of the things that supports me a lot all the time when sometimes I forget things like, and get to the, like who I am, like the powerful human being that I am. And I remember the words of Ava saying, remember you had the Holy Spirit inside of you. Remember you can do anything. And every time I remember those words and I just reaffirm myself and I say, yes, God is inside of me. I can do anything. Nothing is nothing is impossible. And then miracles will happen in my life, in my relationship, and the way I treat myself, the way I see myself, the way I see other people. And it's miracles and miracles in my life. And I am so grateful with God, with you, Ava, and with your family that share yourself with us, you know, because you got your family, and I am blessed to be part of your family and your friends. And I'm so grateful with God and with you and for your life. And congratulations for this book. And I can see already that this book is going to transform people's life and bring people together. And in the beginning, I was listening about the let go the past. And it's amazing how when we pay attention and we see the things that were stopping us from the past and how we had the opportunity to address it, and the contribution that you bring. I'm grateful and thank you so much.
Thank you.
Fantastic,
I also
fantastic.
have Nicole Freeman on the.
Yes, she just showed up, and I wanted to know. I didn't get the memo that I was supposed to wear my tiara.
I know, I didn't get the memo either.
We missed the memo. All right, Nicole, we just started talking about you, so you might as well share, my girl.
I am so blessed to be in this container with Ava. I'm gonna call her Coach Ava, Co-Captain Ava, now Captain Ava. I'm just uber excited to be up in her life. And yes, I have my tiara on. It's so funny that somebody else has that on as well. But Ava is such an amazing individual. And she took the time to go through an exercise with me, and where we experienced Jesus, right? And she was telling me about this tiara. So yes, I have my tiara on in honor of Ava on today.
Ava, I love it.
I
I
love
love
her.
it. You should do the tiara experiment with us all.
Thank you, Nicole, for being here. All my 4 friends are also in the same training that we did together. You know, I just finished the same training. So wonderful friends. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you.
Thank you, thank you. And I think Ash would like to say something.
Ash.
It's a privilege and honor to know you, Ava. We met through our meetings, but man, what a beautiful lady you are, and how spiritual you are and authentic. I'm blessed to be here. I want to come and celebrate you.
Thank
That's
you
all.
so much, Ash. I am so grateful to have experienced you, you know, in how tender is the right word, tender you hold each of the sessions that we have together. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
I feel very hugged.
Oh, I'm so glad. Well, Ava, can you share a little bit with the listeners? We have a few moments. I'm sure they would like to know some words of wisdom from you, or maybe a little bit of inspiration that you could pour into them. Some of them may be feeling that they've been through difficult relationships with their parents or been through some parental abuse. Maybe some people are feeling like their little person in them is still hurting. Can you give a little bit of sharing on what you've learned through this journey?
Well, everything is on purpose. You know, form follows design, right? So our life is exactly designed as we're called to be. Like every moment leads to the next best moment, no matter what it looks like. So it may look like painful. It may look like now it's harder to even, you know, arise from the trauma, because now you went through trauma. But everything is on purpose. And the one thing that I always say is God is only good. God is only good. And that all things work together for good. So no matter what it looks like and no matter how hard it became, it can only be for your good. For what greater purpose? My question is always like, for what greater purpose was this experience for? So yeah, there will be a greater purpose. Know that no matter how painful the past is or how difficult it was, there's always, you know, there's always a greater purpose for that. And so I would love to encourage you, because my mantra is what you say matters to someone. And it's the people that in passing made a difference in my life to where I am today and who I am today. I want to encourage you to speak boldly, to do your post, even if you feel like no one's seeing it, no one's hearing it, because you don't know who would hear it and who it would make a difference to. One of the stories that I shared was with a pastor who thought he failed because his trial AM radio station only lasted for 2 months. It was only a trial, and he wasn't chosen to continue. But he changed my life, and his words still echo to everyone that I meet and everyone that I encounter today. So what a win, right? What a win.
What a win.
What a
exactly.
win.
The right
not
and
even
perfect
knowing
person
it.
needed to hear it. Exactly.
Yeah,
And
so
that
know
was
that
you.
even the things that you labeled as failure in your life, you don't know the impact that you've created. So celebrate yourself, speak well of yourself, and treat yourself well. That's my closing. Thank you, JB.
That
Thank you,
is
friends.
so beautiful. And what I will share is we don't know who's listening right now, but we know that you have touched them and you have impacted them and you have made a difference. Congratulations once again. Give her a round of applause. She is an international best-selling author. Thank you so much, my darling. Great job, everyone. Thanks, Ava. Thank you so much.
Friends.
Thank you so much. Well, this is just the beginning, and that's how it unfolds. We are going to be showing you each and every one of our authors as they come on the screen. They bring their friends, and they share with you some wonderful tidbits, some great wisdom, some knowledge, some heartfelt sharing about what they learned while doing this process. Writing and Ignite Your Faith. You can get it on Amazon. And of course, we're going to welcome in our next guest coming to us all the way from South Africa. What I love about our IGNITEARAMA is we go all over the world. We were just in LA with Ava, and now we're going to jump to South Africa with an incredible guest, Mr. Nolan Pillay. Nolan is here in the house, and he's going to be sharing with us a little bit about his story. We'll get him on camera and unmuted. Welcome, Nolan. Guess what? We'll give you a big round of applause. You are a best-selling author today, and it's so exciting.
Yes,
I mean,
absolutely.
yeah.
We did it.
We absolutely did. And I see a few people are raising their hand in the green room, so we'll bring them in slowly. But let me start with you, Nolan. You've written a book before, so writing was not so much of a challenge for you, putting words on a page. But I always talk about how different it is when it's the heart's on the page, the soul is within the pages, the essence, the vulnerability. It's so much different than just putting words on a page. Can you talk a little bit about how powerful it is when you share with so much heart?
I think, with Ignite Your Faith, the difference was you're actually speaking about a story that touched not only my life, that changed so many lives in this whole process, leading up to actually writing the book. So the power in it and the impact is absolutely amazing to know that when you write a book, you're writing it and you're not sure how the reader is going to accept it. But just judging by the comments and the reviews that we're getting back, you can see a lot of people are giving these heartwarming reviews where the book has touched them in so many ways that I did not even believe will really touch them in that way. And that's powerful. And this is the magic of it, right? So apart from me writing my solo book on my COVID journey, the thing with writing Ignite Your Faith was the support system. And this is what guided me and helped me. We had our personal editors that were on us all the time. We had good contact with Steph, with Peter, with Ash. And JB, you've been just amazing. You did the final polishing to the chapter at the very end. That was so special. But leading up to actually getting to that polished stage is when a lot of the work was done. And it was just a beauty to see that somebody else can write the story in a way that you want the readers to read it at as well. I've never been a writer. My COVID journey book made me a first-time author, and it was a painful experience that got me to that point. But writing in Ignite Your Faith triggered so many different things in me, so many beautiful connections. So the soul family has just grown and grown and grown. And this relates exactly to what I do. It's about serving humanity. And this is when we come together like this is the beauty of it. I just loved every single time, every single Friday meetup that we had. It was just amazing. I think I must have missed just one Friday meetup only, but everything else I was there.
I loved it. You were just an absolute fixture in the community, and we were so great. So much wisdom poured out of you, so much support and caring. You know, I'm always curious a little bit. Has that always been in your life? Was there something that sort of brought that forth for you? Did you have an ignite moment that really brought you to where you are right now? Because we have appreciated you so much also in our community.
I love this question. So, you know, I always, when I do speak about it, I always go back to how this value of humanity, and a lot of people may disagree and say, but humanity is not a value. It actually is when you think about your self-worth from that point of view. So, JB, I go back to my very early age when I started off as a young boy. We grew up in apartheid South Africa, where we were in the most inhumane conditions ever. But the difference is I refused to stay in that stuck mindset or that self-pity or victim mindset. And that's what allowed me to progress. But as the journey went on, again in 2019, I had to endure some of this inhumane behavior. And that's when I questioned myself. That's when I left the corporate world and I said to myself, but maybe there's a bigger purpose out for you. Maybe there's something more for you to do. And when I left in that 2019 is when this connection, this igniting started to happen. And I had connected with a beautiful community. We call them the deaf community. They are humans like every single one of us. They just have a disability. And when we connected with them, they came to the launch of my company and spoke. One of the things the late Mrs. Deaf South Africa left with me and my audience was, she asked all of us, what if all of you here cannot hear and I'm the only one that can hear? Who's the one with the disability? Wow.
Mhm.
So much went on, and I did not know that that will change the course of my life and get me to where I am now, where I'm living this purposeful life. And it's all about serving humanity and helping myself get better in the process as well. You know, along this way, there's been so many obstacles as well. But I've learned now that obstacles are just not obstacles. See what lesson you can bring out from it. How can you grow through it? Don't just see it as an obstacle and allow yourself to stay stuck and not move forward. If I go back and I start connecting the dots to my life, every single challenge or obstacle I faced allowed me to grow into the person that I have become today. So, you know, it's just amazing how we as humans, when we look back, we realize how much we've grown, more so how much more we can grow as well.
I just want to say I adore you. I listen to you. I get so inspired. I just feel a beautiful tug on my heartstrings every time you speak. It's profound. It's wonderful. It's genuine. There's no victim. There's no dread. There's no poor me. You're always sharing about the positive, the abilities, the possibilities. And I love working with you. I can't wait to the next things we got going on. And I just really want to publicly share how much of a treat it is to be in your presence. You're one of those magnificently special people. And I just look forward to climbing Kilimanjaro with you next summer. I look forward to working with you, publishing your solo book. I mean, I just really want to just say how wonderful it is to see you blossoming and growing and speaking your truth. And this story in Ignite Your Faith is just just one drop in the bucket of so much. So congratulations.
Thank you so much, JB. Thank you, and
All
much love.
right. Much love to you. Well, you have an incredible guest here. Would you like to introduce her?
Yeah, so that's my better half, Seema. She's using my daughter's laptop, therefore the name Alicia. So that's Seema, and you're going to be climbing with her as well next year.
Yay! So blessed to meet you. Welcome, unmute yourself. Welcome to the show. We love having you here. And so thank you for sharing your other half with us, all of us here on the other side of the world as we've been writing this book. We really appreciate it. How was it to read his story for you?
Hi, JB, and hi to everyone else. Thank you for this privilege. It's so great to meet you. And yes, reading this chapter that Nolan has written has brought back so many memories. I went through, with him whatever he experienced, all the challenges that he went through during his COVID journey. So it brought back a lot of memories for me. And I just want to say I'm so proud of him because he is such an inspirational person, not only to me, but to so many other people out there. And, you know, he's always touching people's hearts and always spreading around positivity around whoever he meets, and always leaving them with an impression of increase as well. So we are so proud of him, of writing this chapter. And we want to say well done to him. And yeah, looking forward to many more as well.
Beautiful, beautiful. I always am interested how many times a spouse will go through the same incident or the same situation, but when they read the story from the point of view of the, you know, the internal experience of their partner, they actually learn a lot more. They see something different. Was there that, did you have that experience of you fine-tune the lens, or you learned something you didn't know?
Yes, I learned about, the thing that I learned from Nolan is his resilience. You know, the way he always gets back on his feet from whatever challenge he's faced with. So that's what I've learned from him is his resilience, always like, you know, getting back, striking back, you know, never want to sit back and dwell on things that are happening to him or the challenges that he's going through. He always looks at how he can overcome it and things. So that's what I learned from him is his resilience. And also he always speaks to me about, you know, following your passion and finding your purpose. So he's allowed, by him speaking that through to me, it's allowed me to follow my passion and purpose as well. So I've learned that from him, and, you know, I'm grateful for that.
Fantastic. Well, we'll have to get you an Ignite book next. And I do so much look forward to meeting you in person and hugging you both in person and being in South Africa with you. Thank you so much for the personal invitation. And I'm definitely 100% going to take you up on it. Peter and I will come there and we will just have an amazing time, and it'll be super special.
Oh, thank you so much. I can't wait to meet you guys as well. Thank you.
Wonderful. All right. Well, Nolan, you have some more guests who have shown up.
Yep. So so my mom is on the left. My brother-in-law Vikesh is in the center, and on the right of my screen is my elder sister Charmaine.
Wonderful. Hi, Mom. How are you doing? How has it been to see your son becoming an international best-selling author in 3 countries around the globe? Have you read his story, and how did you feel about it?
I'm very proud about my son. I cannot say how proud I am from where he was and where he is today. Is 2 different things. He has even taught us how to be independent and how to take care of ourselves. I'm very proud of him. Words cannot express how I feel inside, and I love him so much.
Oh, wonderful. That is so beautiful. It's so wonderful to hear that, because many times we come together on IGNITEARAMA and families get to share with each other. So thank you so much for your beautiful words. All of us are feeling that too. It's wonderful.
I'm still waiting for his new book to read.
Wonderful. He will sign and autograph a copy for you, I'm sure.
Yes, and I'll treasure it.
And so is it big sister or little sister?
Big sister, my elder sister, Charmaine.
Eldest sister. And so have you had a chance to read Nolan's story?
Yes, I have. And I've been really inspired, but I've always been inspired by Nolan. He's been an inspiration to us from the word go. Even as a child, he inspired us as older siblings. He's been very positive and very inspiring. He's always done things differently to us. He would teach us games when we were little. He would teach us how to do things in a positive way. He would help us with things that we were struggling with, even though he was the younger brother. We're really proud of him at this stage with everything that he's achieved so far. He's really done us proud.
Yeah, he is amazing, and we're looking forward to how he continues to ignite humanity as we work together. I love it. And so, brother-in-law, would you like to share any words with Nolan?
Yes, well done, Nolan. We're so proud of you. We'll be seeing you next month, so we can get together
and celebrate.
Wonderful. I'm glad you'll have to make a little bit more space in the doorway because his head will be all expanded because he's a best-selling author. You have to make some room for him. All right, congratulations again. Thank you for being here. And I'll let Ash share a little bit. I know that she wants to share with you, Nolan.
Hey, Nolan, I know you from Mind Valley, but I connected you over here, over the soul in Ignite. So thanks to JB connecting us on that way where we can count on each other anytime, any day. And Nolan, what a blessing to be there and to witness your journey and to be a part of that journey too.
Thank
And
you, Ash.
have a sister in America anytime, man. You can count on me.
Definitely. Thank you.
Well, Nolan, your star is shining bright and you are absolutely catapulting out into the world. People around the globe are going to know your name and know your story. You have 2 minutes on this Facebook Live. What would you like for everybody to know about you and remember?
Well, I think the main thing is, no matter what you're going through in life at the moment, we know the world is in a bit of a turmoil. So whatever obstacle or challenge that you are facing, don't see it as an obstacle or challenge. Always see it as, what can I learn from that? What can I learn from that situation and grow through it? And I've been there a few times as well. I mean, when I went through the slowing down of my life with my COVID, I started asking myself, what is this teaching me? And what can I use to my benefit to grow from it? And that's what allowed me to turn that painful moment into a success story and become a first-time author. So we all go through issues in life. We just need to know that nothing is happening to us for no reason. There's always a lesson to take from it, and there's always an opportunity to grow through it. Just don't go through life, rather grow through life.
Beautiful, beautiful. Well said. We'll give him a round of applause, everybody. He is a best-selling author.
Thank you, JB.
Well, congratulations to you, Nolan. Thank you again so much for a beautiful story. And I just look forward to continuing our journey.
Thank you. Look forward to meeting again.
You got it. Blessings and blessings. Well, folks, we are in South Africa, and now we are jumping on and over to back to the USA, back to the USA. That might be our song a little bit today, back to the USA, because we have a lot of authors in the United States, but we are blessed to have authors around the globe. And we have published over 700 authors on the Ignite platform from over 47 different countries. We are so grateful that people from around the globe all have Ignite moments and they all want to share on our beautiful platform. Well, she's amazing. She's incredible. She's a project leader. She does so many things in our community. She's a pillar. She's a leader, she's a mentor, she's writing her own solo book, and she truly has become one of my closest friends. I'm so happy to have her here on this platform. Welcome, Miss Ash, to IGNITEARAMA.
Man, I would thought like it would have been not less butterflies this time, but no, maybe every time it's a multiplication of butterflies. And I'm so blessed. I have all my loved ones pouring in, coming in. And what a beautiful community we created with Ignite Faith too.
Welcome, welcome to all your friends. Well, this is your second book with Ignite, correct?
Yes, ma'am.
And your story this time compared to last time, share a little bit about the comparisons between your first story and this story.
So the first story, I think, so the Ignite Forgiveness was more of the healing part. It helped me to heal myself. It helped me to walk on my healing journey. Whereas the faith journey has already been always in the background because I have walked that journey, but sometimes I did forget that chapter. When my grandpa told me, go and ask. So that's where I think so both, but the experience was different. Experience was different because now I literally soaked in the whole writing journey. I learned a lot. I was behind the stage and in front of stage both.
And you know, congratulations goes out to you also, because you took the leap to say, you know what, I'm going to start working on my solo book. I'd like to have a bigger message, a bigger platform. And so folks, hang on to your hat, because soon enough Ash's book will be out into the market, and she will be sharing her own words of wisdom and blessings for all of you as she's working on that. And I always admire authors who say yes to a solo book, because it is a journey. It's a process. It's peeling back the layers. It's bigger than you expect. It's daunting. It's overwhelming. But at the same time, it's molding you and curating you into this wonderful, you know, diamond that you're going to blossom into. Can you just share briefly a little bit about how you feel now as you've gone through the process and you're stepping into solo book?
You're right. When you're writing a chapter, it's a different thing. But when you're writing solo book, there are so many drafts coming, going, and back and forth, because you feel like, oh, I haven't poured in that. So it's a lot of revealing myself, even revealing the life to myself. Nolan said it, not go through life, grow through life. I'm going to repeat it. It helped me to grow through life, because I was looking back.
Amen. Amen. Well, you've got a full house, so let's get to it. All right, let's start with Chip and Karen, our fellow Ignite author. Karen, who has been in your one of the books with you as co-author. Karen, share a little bit with Ash and pour into her.
Hi, Ash, my beautiful spiritual daughter, and my husband's beautiful spiritual daughter. We sort of adopted her as our daughter, and we're so proud of you. This is your second book that we've got to read, and it's so amazing to read what you've written. Everything is so beautifully written and so articulate, but so inspiring. I felt when I read it that I was inspired to have more faith than I do now. And I have to credit my sweet daughter, Ash, for that inspiration. And I really feel like Ash is an amazing woman. She's really brilliant. And she doesn't like get thrown off track. When something happens, she stops and she takes it in and she thinks about it and she feels into it and she determines what it really is in her heart that she needs to do. She asks herself, what is my next step here? What is the right thing to do? I want to do the right thing for everyone, to make sure that everyone feels loved and accepted. But I also don't want to do anything where I am not honoring myself. And I applaud her for that, because that is an enlightened soul. And thank you, JB, for the opportunity to welcome her and thank her and acknowledge her for the brilliant, amazing woman she is.
Oh, of course, anytime. Absolutely. We can do this all the time, so we can honor our authors. Absolutely. Chip, would you like to share with your pseudo daughter?
Absolutely. I was able to read the story, and there were several points that I could relate to. And it caused me to look at my own life and what I had to go through to come to a realization. Because like her story, there's always a turning point where you go, not what's best for me, but what's best for others. And she illustrates that so well. And I had, you know, I have to admit, I was laughing at the first paragraph when she was interested. How do I get a baby brother? What do I have to do? That was the perfect way to start off. You know, it first filled me with, hey, this is going to be an amazing story. And as I read through it, I said, look at all the challenges and everything that she had to go through. And that's very, you know, important for all of us, because that becomes when, yes, you start acknowledging God and the universe for what it has actually done for you.
Beautifully said. Beautifully said. Thank you. Wonderfully. Go ahead.
And so it was, you know, a lovely story. I enjoyed all of it and all of the things that she had to go to in her life, meet the love of her life like I did mine, and how it helps us to stay on track with what we want to accomplish in our life. So thank you very much, Ash, for the story. I thought it was absolutely terrific. And thank you, JB, for the opportunity to share.
Thank you for sharing. We always love to hear from the men, and we appreciate it so much. Thank you. Thank you so much. All right, well, let me jump over. Please forgive me if I say your name incorrectly. Is it Isha?
Yes,
and then
that's
from
correct.
Isha, we'll listen to Sats.
Hi, JB. I just want to
Hi.
say, I don't know if you guys can hear me, and excuse my dog in the background. Charlie's excited to, hear his auntie's book released, the chapter, I would say. Just want to say, I'm her baby sister. We are 10 years apart. I'm really proud of my sister. Actually, my brother and we both are proud of our sister, our big sister. She's an amazing person. As Karen said, she has a lot of faith, and sometimes I doubt my faith. I'm like, okay, it's not gonna happen, but she's always been like the positive person. Anytime when I need someone to go to, of course she's the person that I go to. In her chapter, it's so funny, Chip mentioned that she was so determined to have the baby brother, and trust me, I teased her all the time. I was like, you were more determined to get the baby brother than the baby sister. But her chapter says a lot. It means a lot. It's not easy to put those feelings into words, so it takes a lot. And I can be honest, I don't think I can do it. So I'm really proud of my sister that she has shown and encouraged and put her faith into words so everybody can read and understand what she was experiencing at that time. So yeah, I can't wait for my sister to release her book, and I'll be her cheerleader all the time.
Bravo, bravo. Ash, I think that's a challenge to get her to write her story. When she said, I don't think I could do it, it's like, oh,
Yeah.
of course you can.
I'm not that creative. No, she's really amazing. As a whole family, behalf of family, we're proud of you. You have done everything. I think when she puts her heart and soul in it, she always get it. And I know that her future is bright and shine. She's going to have successful. Yeah.
Amen. Amen. Ash's baby brother here.
Oh, he did join. Yay.
No, he is not. I don't know. Maybe he got.
Oh, he's at work. That's why he gave me a message. He's like, just say to the D, he's at work. Sorry. He's in a property management. It's a busy Saturday. It's all about money sometimes.
Understood.
So he said that tell D he's proud of it. Like, has both siblings, we're her baby brother and baby sister. So we are proud of our sister.
Fantastic. Fantastic. Ash, who else would you like to introduce? Tell me who else is here.
We have my hubby and my son, Nilesh and Anshu over there. Nilesh,
all right, hubby, let's hear from you. I know that you probably are like, what is she doing on another call? Ignite again, she's with Ignite. Unmute yourself and share a little bit about this experience and sharing your wife with us.
Hi, my name is Nilesh. I'm the hubby here. Ash and I have been together for, I don't know how many years. It's been way too long. But whatever I thought what she did last year was a great achievement, but repeating it again this year is just, I think, an icing on the cake. And I wish her all the best. I've read the story. It's great. She always references her grandfather pretty much every day in this household. She follows him and his thoughts, and he's always in her prayers. And we've learned a lot about him. I think I've met him only once. Maybe once, I don't know, maybe 15, 20 years ago. It's been a while. I do have very good memories of him, but we are living his thoughts and, and his memories with Ash every day in this household. So kudos to her, and, good luck.
Wonderful. And exactly. Good luck with the next one. It's always an evolution, and it's beautiful to see her transform. And how do you feel about Mom being a 2-time international bestselling author?
Yeah, what an achievement, right? Who would have thought 5 years ago?
She's asking Anj. Nilesh, she's asking Anj.
Ansh,
What's up? Yeah, I think it's an accomplishment to be able to just write a chapter on your own, but then to do it again kind of just shows that you do have some sort of like future in the ability to keep writing these books. And I know how you always talk about like faith in this house and then your grandpa. So for you to be able to combine those into one story that you wanted to tell is great. And I hope that you can continue writing more in the future.
Amen. Love it. Love it. All right, Ash. Also, I'm not sure if Georgia would like to put on her camera. Lena put on her camera. And who is Sats, Ash?
Oh, Sats is my sister-in-law. She's sweetest. And Lena is my soul sister. She's over here. She turned on the camera.
Go ahead, Lena. Unmute yourself and share a little bit. Pour into Ash and tell her how wonderful she is.
She knows she's in my heart and my soul and my cells. And so Ash, you know, when I met her, there was just this instant pull, this gravitational pull. I can't even tell you what it is, but I don't know that I've ever met anybody with more wisdom. It comes from her pores or something, because it blows me away. And that to me is everything. The fact that, you know, obviously before we had written word, we had the stories. So I feel like she's our modern day storyteller.
Mm-hmm.
And to keep these people alive, to keep grandpa alive is just, I can't even tell you. You know, Ash, she just transcends humanhood. Like I can only describe Ash as a soul. And I'm so glad that we're like this. Like I want to twist all my body parts, but Ash, you hit it. You are amazing. You teach us all to be better people. You're just amazing. I love your stories. And not only are you a storyteller, but in book, but with your words.
Nice.
You're just a poet. So anyway, thank you for allowing me to be here and say these words about Ash. You're just timeless.
Wonderful. Wonderful, wonderful. Well, let's jump over. We're just running a tiny bit out of time. Who would you like to hear from next, Ash?
Well, the both are sweethearts. They came especially for the time.
Let's hear from them. Yes, go ahead.
Shushmita ji is my neighbor, and Sats is my sister.
Unmute yourself. Shushmita, unmute yourself a little bit and share with Ash. Unmute yourself.
While she figures out, do you want to take Meena, Sats?
Sure, Meena. Go ahead, Meena.
Yeah, hello everyone. Happy Saturday.
Happy Saturday.
Yeah, I'm here for Ash. So it's just I'm not gonna take so much time. Just want to say we are very proud of you as a family. As a young sister, I always treat her like my elder sister. She's my go-to person for everything. She knows it. If it's my personal life, it's anything related to stress or everyday problems, I always look forward to her. And I learned a lot from her from the last so many years. I have known her from the last 11 years. I've learned a lot. Being my family in other country, I always consider her my family here in United States. So, yeah.
Wonderful, wonderful, beautiful sharing. And Shushmita?
Yes, I'm so honored to join this event. Ash, we call her Ashu. Ash, I know everyone knows Ash as Ash, but yeah, we call her Ashu, and there's so much of love. It's like she is our go-to person, again, like for us also. And I was reading, I've read her previous book and also this one, and every word that has been written in the book is it just goes through your heart. And where she has written about faith is our guide to life, and it just resonated so much. Like if we have faith, it just opens up the pathway to walk on the life and with the full surrender. And that's what I wanted to say, that like each and every word has been so meaningful, and we're really it's a wonderful time to be together and celebrate the author and all of you, actually. So thank you so much.
Wonderful, wonderful. Ash, you know who you are. You know how special you are. You know how much we love you in this community. You are shining bright, doing amazing things, and we just acknowledge you. Congratulations on an amazing chapter. Give her a round of applause, everybody.
Thank you, JB. I will not take more time. I know other author is waiting.
Well done,
love
Ash.
you,
We're gonna
Ash.
hear from
You're
you throughout the day.
amazing.
I know we're gonna hear from you more, Ash. Big hugs and kisses. Thank you so much. All right. Well, we love it when family shows up. We love it when so many people are pouring in. We love it when we hear from sons and daughters and husbands. It's so terrific. And of course, Ash is going to be with us more throughout the day. Now we're going to jump over to also in the USA, but one of our youngest authors that is in the book. And this is a wonderful, beautiful story because she comes to us via one of the people that works at Ignite. And so we are welcoming Miss Mackenzie Elliott into the show. Welcome, welcome, my darling. Unmute
Hello.
yourself. Hey, welcome. How are you doing?
Good. How are you? Thank you for having me.
Fantastic, fantastic, fantastic. Just want to say big congratulations to you because it's not easy. You're in college right now. You're busy. You've got lots going on in your life. You're young, you're free, you're carefree. And yet you took the time to really pour into this story. Why was writing about faith important to you?
I think from just being able to grow in my faith and grow closer to God, it's something that I have learned to just share. It's not something to keep and keep a secret and not share with other people. And so just knowing what Jesus has done in my life and getting up here to this point, I just think that exactly like I wrote in my book, if I could do anything, it'd just be to tell everybody that Jesus loves them and that there's more to life than what we kind of think or can imagine.
But you have so much exuberance. And of course, when we worked together and I read your story, there was this passion and this excitement and this real positivity. Where did that come from?
I would just say especially in my community that I have that of people who just also believe in faith, I think that what I have learned, what Jesus has done for me, it's something that it just comes to me. It's just within me, and it's easy. It becomes easy because of how much it's inside of me to just share with others. And when you have something so, inside of you that you just want to like light up and share with everyone, that's where it comes from and that's where it stems from.
Absolutely. You can't help yourself. And what a great thing to share, the fabulous gift of Jesus Christ. Can you talk a little bit about how has it been walking around campus, knowing that you're a best-selling author and that you're written in a book and the book is around the world? Have you shared with any of your friends?
Yes, and it's been cool for them to hear what they have to say and to just share how proud they are. I think sometimes it's hard to give myself the credit that I maybe should sometimes because I do a lot and I always have something going on, and so just being able to this has given me an opportunity to take a step back and say, okay, but Kenzie, you have done this, and it's a really cool thing. I think just reminding I did this and I went through the editing sessions and we're finally at this point where it's in the book and it's okay, take this moment and step back and just be patient and listen to and give yourself credit,
Yeah.
And just be proud, I guess,
Be proud. Absolutely. And of course, I'm sure you believe that God led you to this moment. There's been, we all have a journey. We all have that process. Can you share a little bit with the listeners how you feel about how, everything happens with a meaning? It unfolds exactly the way it's meant to. I know that you have so much faith. And so pour a little bit of that wisdom into those who are listening.
Yeah, I think that a lot of things that are mistaken when it comes to believing in Jesus is that life will be easy if you just follow Jesus or if you put all your faith into him, but that's just not the case. And so knowing that you have something that you can put your entirety into, and know that, you know, he created you exactly how you are supposed to be. You know, it's hard when we go through our trials and bumps in the road through life, but like, you can turn to him and he's there. And just like I wrote in my book, you know, when I first started putting whatever I had in me into Jesus and praying, it was this feeling that everything is going to be okay. And God already knows where I'm going to be for the rest of my life. Like, it's already worked out. And that's the comforting part, I think, is just knowing that we don't have to figure this out on our own. We don't have to be scared, because God already knows exactly where we're going to be. And so just falling in that and knowing that is just that little bit of comfort, even when we're going through the trials that we have to go through.
Amen. And God always takes care of us. He just always takes care of us every single time. It may look difficult, but he's always there taking care. Love it, love it, love it. Well, Mom is here. And so, Mom, unmute yourself and pour a little bit into how was it? I mean, I'm sure did you read Mackenzie's story along the way, or did she save it until the very end when it was finished?
I did not read her story until we did proofreading at typesetting. I wanted this journey for Mackenzie and being an author to really be hers, and not, you know, even though I do work with Ignite, I wanted her to stand on her own and go through the process and not have just because of Mom, right? So I honored her story, just like I do all the other authors, and I did not read it ahead of time.
And how did you feel? Because my 3 kids wrote in one of our books, and I didn't help them with the story until they literally came to me at the same point at Polish. I hadn't read their story until then. And I have to say, I learned so much about my kids. I was a bit shocked that I didn't know some of those things, and then I didn't get to know them until I read them in the story. Did you have that same feeling?
I did. You know, as soon as Ignite came out and announced that they were having a compilation book titled Ignite Your Faith, I knew Mackenzie had to share her story and write a chapter in the book because of how strong her faith is. Not only is she now celebrating being an 3-country international bestselling author, but she also just graduated from college 2 weeks ago. So she has a lot going on here, you know, in the last couple of weeks. However, what I learned is just how deeply rooted her faith is. It's more than what I initially just realized, and what that journey was. You know, my faith is, I wouldn't say different than Mackenzie's, but she does have a different relationship than I do. And I just think that that's incredible and special that she's developed it on her own. And it wasn't something that necessarily, you know, was forced or came down from her parents.
Absolutely. Super proud of her, I'm sure. Excited that she
incredibly.
is a best-selling author. All right, let's jump over to Dad. How was it to read Miss Mackenzie's story? And mute yourself. Welcome to the show.
Hey, thanks for having me. I did not read any of her story until just the very end, now that it's published. And I'm very proud of her. I know writing probably isn't something that was anything she probably ever thought she would do in life, but I'm proud of her for taking a chance and doing something outside of the norm. But I know as I watched Mackenzie grow, to see her faith grow over time as she's grown has been incredible. And I'm so happy that she could share, you know, her story of the struggles of maybe of a high school kid that could be going through things like right now, and trying to find the people that might be in your life forever that aren't necessarily there right now. And I think more people probably need to hear that, you know, because most people are only living in the present and they're not forwardly thinking.
I totally agree with you. I mean, I love that Ignite stories are what I call the rainbow stories. They're the front and back, the A to Z. And I really also agree. There's probably a lot of kids or younger adults who are going through situations similar to Mackenzie's, and she had a lot of bravery to share her vulnerability and her honesty in the story. Did you feel that was unique to her, or she's always been like that? She does that all the time?
Yeah, I would say that her story is unique, because I don't know if a lot of people would do what she did in taking 3 complete strangers to church with her, because that's not something most people would do. Most people,
right,
you know, don't even want to talk to strangers, let alone get them in their car and go try to find commonality in something. So, you know, I give her all the credit for, she's always stayed true to herself through the process of not only this, but everything she's done in life. And I think that goes a long way in never, wavering in your beliefs.
It's so true. And, more of us need to do that. More of us need to invite people and welcome people and create camaraderie and connection and just grow faith. And however that faith looks, however that unfolds with whatever name we put to it, just really building connection and faith and the belief. Mackenzie, there are people who are watching that are your age, and they're probably wondering what you could share with them that maybe would be words of wisdom and inspiration for them, because I do feel many of us are lost in our way at the moment, not just younger individuals. It's happening throughout all generations at all ages. But just speak to your generation, if you would like to right now, in the way that maybe they could really resonate and help them expand their faith.
Yeah, I would just say that going through our like teenage years and high school and just growing up, it can be challenging to figure out, okay, who are my friends, or what am I supposed to do with life, or just high school in general can be a scary place. And I volunteer with high schoolers, so I spend a lot of time with them. And just, I think it's so difficult because in today's generation, in today's world, it's hard because there's just so much negativity and our world is so broken. And so just I would just say, whether you have faith, whether you believe in Jesus or not, to just be a light, no matter whose path you cross. And life is just too short to worry and to be mean and to not care about people and the people around us. And so, I think taking a step and being bold into following Jesus and starting small, it doesn't have to be a whole life change within a week, but starting small and just knowing that there's hope out there. There's no reason to get all up in your head and worry and just think that life is just what it is right now. Whatever your life looks like, have hope, hang on, and just be a light around the people that are around you, and just love them and love people.
Well, thank you so much.
I have to say, JB, Mackenzie was being a light before she even realized what being a light was or means. Quick little story. We spent a lot of time when our kids were little. Mackenzie's our oldest, at the Camden Yards where the Baltimore Orioles play here in Maryland. And we always went across the street to a place called Pickles Pub or Sliders to eat before we would go to the game. And she would pack up the leftovers and take them out as we went across the street to the stadium and give them to the homeless that were on the street. So she has been a light and been doing these things for a long time before she realized. And Tyler and I are really incredibly lucky. We're young parents, and to have, children that have grown up, and we've done some growing up with them, is just, we're just really lucky.
Amen. Amen. Is this your sister?
Yes, Sylvie. Hi.
Unmute yourself and say something nice and fast and quick.
She's on mute. There.
I'm just super proud of you. Every day you try to motivate others and you try to spread the word about your faith. And I'm just so proud of you. You motivate me as your sister. And I'm so grateful to have a mentor like you.
Well,
I love
fantastic.
You, Sylvie.
I love that. I absolutely love that. Some sisterly
Love you,
love.
Sissy.
Give her a big round of applause. Yeah.
Thank you, guys.
Congratulations. Congratulations, Mackenzie. You're a two-time you're an international best-selling author in 3 countries. We love it. Keep out there sharing the faith and sharing with others. You are a light, and we need more people like you in the world. All right, blessings,
so much.
everyone. You're very, very, very welcome. As you can see, faith touches all ages, and that's really what this book is about, reaching out to people in all ages and all age categories, because your faith starts the moment, you see the faith in the little children the moment you are born, and you see, of course, people ending their lives and reaching out to their faith in the last moments, in their last breaths. And so that's a powerful, powerful thing. From the moment you are born to the moment that you pass, you are holding your faith with you. And you are hanging on to the faith, knowing that that faith is going to carry you on into whatever it is that you believe next. And so this book really came about not to spout or speak about religion, but to speak about faith, because we all have this knowingness inside of us that allows us to do more. And we are going to share more with our next author who's coming into the room. Welcome to Mr. Dan Gilman, who is here to talk about a beautiful story that he shared. And of course, we were just talking about it, about his mom and the passing of his mom. Dan, welcome to Ignite Your Faith, IGNITEARAMA.
Oh, thank you so much. Can you see me?
Yes, we can.
Okay, great.
Yes, and
Excellent.
hear you well.
Excellent.
Dan, you really wrote a story of homage. You know, you really poured in your love as a son towards your mom and really spoke about her passing and her no longer here. Can you share a little bit about the wonderfulness of your mom?
Oh, absolutely. Well, my mother was an intuitive, a medium. She was really interesting. Actually, prior to that, she performed professionally since age 7, and
Wow.
she was quite amazing. And through her life, she actually had a show called Discover Your Potential, and which I took over 2 years ago to carry her legacy. And she's touched so many people's lives. I would say after she passed away, I had over 100 people call me whom I didn't even know, and just said how their lives were touched immensely by her presence and by her work, and just healed a lot of people.
And how did her beautiful time on this earth affect your faith?
Well, I mean, she was very much driven by faith, not only by a religious faith, but just faith in the unknown, faith in healing, faith in the cosmic experience. And and I just want to say that she continues to create miracles even after her passing. So I have
Do you feel like she
extraordinary,
was with you as you were writing your story?
absolutely, for sure. I mean, she was a part of that. She was part of the weaving of the story together. And I was making it much more about her, but it was interesting because it was kind of, no, it's time to bring you in and create your own legacy. So that's the exciting part.
What did you learn? I was always interested what authors learn at the end. You know, you've written your story, you come to this place, we're launching the book, it's available for everybody. Go get it on Amazon, read the stories. Now that you're kind of at the finish line, what I call the starting line, what's that emotion for you?
Well, actually, it drove faith further for me, interestingly enough. Just not knowing if she was still here, I knew in the end of this journey that she's still around, and she's touched my life immensely, and so many others, and even a lot of her friends made comments. So it was really it. Can I just read to you one quote that I didn't put this in the book?
Of course, yeah, we love it. Oh, is this behind the scenes?
This is behind the scenes.
Special content.
She loved this quote, and it was by Khalil Gibran, and it was, "Faith is a knowledge within the heart, beyond the reach of proof." And so faith is a knowledge within the heart, beyond the reach of proof. And that was such a profound quote from Khalil Gibran. It shed light on the nature of faith, and an asserted faith is a deep-seated, not only like knowledge and a form of understanding, but it just, you didn't have to have intangible proof or justification around it. That's the amazing part. So that,
yeah, I mean, it's a beautiful quote, and it makes me think, I'm sure there are people who are listening right now who have lost someone, and in that loss, their faith has wavered. Can you speak to them a little bit?
absolutely. And this comes down to not knowing what we don't know, especially around faith. With me, my loss was so great because I lost my best friend, my mom, my champion, really. And really one of my only last kind of family members, because it was my mother, my grandparents. That was kind of like our close unit. And when you lose somebody, it's the grief. And I've been grieving for the past 2 years, but going through this process, this journey of understanding faith and this belief that something greater exists beyond us, just it's like, if you read my chapter, you'll see that justification, that proof has actually come about for me, just because I've received so many miracles from her and too many coincidences over the past 2 years, and it just continues to happen every single day. So it's pretty astounding.
Well, you're the first author I've asked, but what page is your story on, so your fans can know exactly where to go in the book?
Page, I believe it's, wow, that's a good question, actually. It's
If you're in the wings, folks, you might want to know what page is your story on, so that you can share it with others. But that's okay.
It's
You
sorry.
can find Dan on 152.
52, isn't it?
Yes,
Oh,
on page
152.
152.
okay, that's my
Page
dyslexia talking. I was thinking 125, 152.
152. Fantastic. Steph, you're here to share a little bit with Dan. Go ahead and pour into him.
You know, it's just been really incredible, Dan, getting to know you. We've had some side conversations outside of our main, author chat, where you've shared, personal things about your mom and the story and her legacy. And it was just really, really incredible. The butterfly is always there, and she is with you. She is proud of you. It's just really incredible. And I think you've done just a stellar job sharing about her legacy and her time here on this earth. And I know that she's with us all. She's with us here today, smiling, shining down. There's no such thing as coincidences. I don't believe in them. They all happen for a reason. So I'm sure you're going to get one later on. She's going to give you that, sign to say, "Yep, Dan, you did it, and now it's your time." Discover your potential. That was her show, and that you've taken over. Like, now it's your potential, and it's where you're going, and then you're gonna show that with your kids. And I'm just blessed and honored to have read your story, have gotten to know you, and now get to call you one of my Ignite family members.
Thank you very much, and I feel the same.
So beautiful. We have a little bit of a love fest. Exactly. We all, folks, if you don't know the Ignite community, we'll just share. We really do care deeply and have a bit of a love fest with one another, because you get to know people on such a deeper level, such a really intrinsic, more heartfelt level than just meeting people, their last name, their job, their career, whatever that is. Dan, I want to ask you, you had a little butterfly put in your photo in the book. Can you talk a little bit about the symbolism of that?
Oh, absolutely. Well, interestingly enough, I was actually to take it out because it's not in my story. But my mother believed butterflies were, besides being exquisite, but the monarch butterfly being a very spiritual connection, spiritual, animal and insect that would just, carry a message. So she always wore butterflies in whatever she wore. She had a beautiful brooch. She had these incredible scarves with butterflies. She always felt connected to them because they're really messengers. They feel like they're messengers from, depending on what your faith is, but they're messengers from the higher power to be. And they're really, that's what she felt. And stringently, she just felt like she was connected to butterflies. So that's why I left the butterfly on the image. So
I think it was great. And, folks, that's one of the things we love at Ignite, is we really honor our authors. Their story is their story, and we want it to show up so that you get the full scope of what their story is. And so when Dan submitted his photo with a butterfly in it, we're like, yes, of course, that means something to him. It's going to mean something to you, and it's going to send a message. And there's going to be so many people who love butterflies who are going to appreciate your story even on another level. Well, bravo, bravo, bravo. Before we wrap up, what would you love people to know about Dan Gilman? Because we talked a lot about your mom. I just want to shine the spotlight on you, my darling. What
Sure.
can they know about Dan?
Well, I just wanted to mention, I don't know if people are talking about their power quotes, but it
Yeah.
really ties back to where I am. So my power quote was discover your potential. It is the bridge that connects you to the impossible. So obviously that implies to the understanding and tapping into your own capabilities and pathways to achieve things that seem impossible. So the show Discover Your Potential really, and that's what I'm working with now, that really it's helped the process of discovering one's own potential, self-reflection, exploration, and encouraged to step out of one comfort zone. And really that's what I want people to remember by is, even from my own story, which kind of covers it in the book. I was assaulted when I was in middle school for my own faith. But it never repressed me from achieving my goals. It actually made me even more passionate about making those achievements. And I had high ambitions and challenges. So we all have challenges that we have to face. And that's really, that quote is supposed to be motivational, obviously encouraging individuals to explore their inner capabilities and achieve extraordinary things. And that's really what I'm doing now, is achieving extraordinary things, and I'm really excited to be here. Thank you.
You are achieving extraordinary things. I look forward to being on your show as a guest. I know there are so many things that we can do together. And I just want to honor you also and show for all the men who are listening and watching that sharing your Ignite moment is so precious and special, and that we need more gentlemen sharing their voices and their vulnerability, because that is what is going to bring the world together. That's when it's going to make us feel closer and more connected. All right, well, you have one little last minute guest who showed up, Miss Jody Bear. Unmute yourself and go ahead and pour into Dan.
Dan, great men have great mothers, and you are a great man. A kind and gentle spirit is the biggest strength that the man can show. I'm a mother of 2 sons, I know, and that is you. And for you to honor your mother the way you did in this book, you are carrying your legacy on. You're with your TV show, and we could go all of into business, but it's just not what you do, Dan. It is who you are. And I'm grateful to be by your side. I'm grateful that I'm just a sister from a different mister. Blessings, Dan.
Thank you, Jody. That's so
Blessings,
wonderful.
blessings, blessings. We'll give him a round of applause because he is an international best-selling author.
Thank you. It's exciting.
We love you, Dan.
Awesome. Yeah.
Thank you.
Thanks, Dan. Thanks, everybody. And thank you so much. Well, if you're wondering what this book is all about, jump on over to Amazon and get your copy. It's free all weekend for a digital download, and we would love for you to share. If you already have a copy and you're part of the Ignite community, or you've just been hearing about it, you found out about it, you got your copy, go in and leave an honest and authentic review. Please share how you feel about the book. And I want to just say this, what's very encouraging to know is there is a story inside this book for you. 27 different stories, and I can guarantee you there's a story in that book that absolutely speaks directly to you. It's exactly what you need to hear and will pull you forward. All right, well, we're welcoming our next guest. I believe we're heading all the way over to Germany. We're jumping over to Europe to meet with our next guest as she shares about her incredible experience with Ignite. This is her second story with us. And really, it's a beautiful story through a challenging time, and we just love that she is here. Welcome, my darling. Are you in Germany? Am I correct?
Yes, I'm in Germany.
I love it. Well, we've been to America, we've been to South Africa today, and here we are in Germany. Welcome, welcome to the show. Share a little bit with everybody about your decision to write for a second time with Ignite. And it's been some time, you've had some time apart. Some people write and then they write one story and they love it so much they do the next story right after. You took a little bit of time apart and things unfolded, life unfolded, but share the 2 different experiences for you.
Was interesting because the first story I've written in Ignite the Modern Goddess was more, I felt like that breakthrough and like into kind of a, let's say an illusionary life. I was living the past 2 years and kind of that I digested, like getting into motherhood, like moving continent 3 times, moving houses 15 times, and like really did not really find the home. And that's like more from a grounded place I'm writing now, like seeing myself as a mother, like going through a divorce right now. And like it took the last piece of innocence from me, I would say. So
yeah, well, big changes from your first story. You were single, and then you, over time, now in a relationship, now had a child, now moving through a relationship. So lots has unfolded that I'm sure has tested your faith and questioned your faith. Has it wavered for you at all? Has it made you stronger? Tell us about the faith journey.
yeah, I mean, my faith was always like strong. Like I had that, if it was belief, hope, faith, it's that inner thing which I feel like when we connect beyond is like there, the strength we need to have to overcome different things in our life. And even if I knew that this situation may appear in my life, even if it's not something I was admiring for or looking for, it appeared. And in that moment, I feel it's how we meet life, how we meet these situations. Mostly what I do, I project myself into the future and see myself looking back to this moment. Do I want to grieve for, I don't know, 3, 6 months, a year? Do I want to keep going forward and like, fighting for my dreams, for my aspirations and going there where I want, or am I stuck in kind of my emotional state or trapped in the past, I would say. So this is something where I feel even when I take time for healing and for feeling all those feelings, which has to totally have space and place, it makes stronger. But the most thing, which is like the thing which comes beyond when I connect a meditation to my inner self and know that there's like what the other was saying as well, the other author, that there's something greater at work. So trusting in that.
I just want to honor your son also, because as a mother myself, I know that children sort of awaken this belief, this faith, this connection. There's something so divine about kids that just really make you feel like they're a gift from heaven. And so I just would really love to honor your son for a moment. How's he been doing? How's everything with him? He's 2 now, is that correct?
Yeah, he's 2.5. And he's great. He's such a spirit. He's admirable on how he grows and how he moves on certain things, and even how he digests and processes also the divorce or the separation of me and my husband. He was visiting for 2 weeks, and of course he enjoyed the time a lot being there, but also he felt there's something different and behaved different. But I have like my parents there as like the greatest backup ever. They are supporting in everything they can. They're giving their life force into it. And it's like a huge anchor for my son to have his grandparents around and spending time with them, except the mother.
Beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful. I just always feel like kids are like gift from heaven. I always tell my kids, when you were in heaven, you picked me to be your mom. And so whenever they feel like I'm challenging, I'm like, well, you picked me. And so it always becomes such a smiling experience. Well, wonderful. Well, let's acknowledge your friends that are here. Marion, if you would like to unmute yourself and just share a little bit about reading this story and how it has been to connect with your friend in this way.
It's my mom.
Is it a friend? Oh, mom, it's mom. I'm so sorry. I was like, it's not your friend, it's mom. Mom, can you unmute yourself, mom? Are you able to unmute yourself? In the meantime, if you want to text her or share with her, Caroline, that's fine. Peggy, are you able to unmute yourself? Welcome to IGNITEARAMA. So happy to have you both here.
Yeah.
Yes,
yeah.
Great. Hi, Peggy. Welcome.
Hello.
Love for you to share about reading Caroline's story.
Hello.
Caroline, soll ich was sagen? Ich
Yeah,
weiß nicht.
in English.
Oh,
Oh,
scheiße.
wonderful.
Okay.
Tell us in German and then you can translate.
Oh, this
I think it's possible. So I read the part of Caroline Oettli, not the others, because of the time, because me too, I have two children and a husband and a work. So it was only possible to read her part. And I'm a friend of her. And while reading, I was really tranquilized that she's in a good way out of this hard situation.
Mhm.
That was important for me to know that she's good now. And I was regularly in contact. Also, I am here in Germany, but we wrote WhatsApp and we telephone. And so I surely noticed that she's in a hard situation, and I couldn't help. I only could look and think of her and send my energy, perhaps.
Beautiful.
And now I'm really proud of her that she's out now. It seems to be, while reading, I had the impression she's out now and she found a way. And so, yes, I'm really proud of her.
Beautiful. Absolutely. Congratulations. Your English is fantastic. Your sharing is heartfelt. And you know what? It's not the words, it's the feeling, it's the emotion. And so we feel you and we feel your love and appreciation for her. Bravo. Excellent.
Exactly. What I actually did, maybe Peggy doesn't know, but I'm projecting into the future, because when I wrote the story and that thing happened, the divorce came in, and I was like, what, this is a totally different outcome of what my story is about. So I don't change it within 2 weeks. And then I thought, okay, the most powerful thing, instead of going back into that whole drama again, is like I project into the future and who am I want to be. So yeah, even if I'm not out of the state of the bleeding phase, I'm out finally, yeah, but there are things will still come into my way, but it's about how we face them and who we think we're going to be tomorrow. I think it's about that.
Yes, but that's what I
Fantastic.
think. You find a way now. You're not on the ground. Yes.
Now, Caroline, do you think your mom can share? Is she able to share with us?
Kannst du dich unmuten, Mutti?
We always love to hear from the parents. There she is. Welcome, welcome.
Jetzt glaube ich, oder?
Ja.
Yes. Okay.
Kannst du uns auch auf Deutsch sagen und ich übersetze es nochmal.
Okay. Ja, ich bin total glücklich und stolz auf Caroline, dass sie ihren Weg so präsentiert und mitteilt und die Welt daran
It's happy
teilhaben
and proud of
lässt.
myself that I kind of write my story and present myself in that way.
Ja, an ihrer Geschichte und sich einfach zeigt und präsent ist für sich selber und in der Welt.
And to show up and show myself to the world and being present with myself and with the world.
Ja, und ich freue mich einfach sehr für sie, dass sie ihren Weg weiterfindet, trotz all dem, was geschehen ist, und sie einfach auch weiter unterstützen werde und mit der Unterstützung, die sie braucht. Und
Just
ich
looking
wünsche
forward
einfach,
that
dass
I
sie
find
wieder
my way.
glücklich wird.
That I find my way through all the whole situation, and that they always will be in support there, and that I will be happy or fortunate in the future, and despite the situation it is now.
Terrific. And you know, thanks, Mom. We appreciate it so much. Caroline, let's talk a little bit. You know, many people are going through difficult times. Of course, divorce is popular and happening in many people's lives. Let's share a little bit of where faith comes into that. How has the faith, I know you've talked about projecting into the future. That's so beautiful. And I think that's a new concept for a lot of people. Where is your faith really grounded in your knowingness going forward for you and your son?
Well, since I can look back in my life, I had always the feeling that I'm here for a special reason. So with every step or with every person we meet or with every new thing we learn, we kind of evolve to another person and we kind of bring something out of us which inspires others or which we are kind of admired from, because we have not known this part of us yet. And we have not seen maybe what kind of version we can be in the future, where we want to live or who we want to become. So I think you are also a good example for that, to mirror you back to at this point. And that's what keeps me always like going, even if it's hard. Like other people also survive like impossible things. And I think everything starts in the mind. So of course, we are like human beings here in the 3D world and have to handle all the material things, but we cannot like let us guide from those things. We have to find the deeper sense of life, of our, like, I call it mostly the relaxed heart or the forgiving heart or the wise heart, where new possibilities arise and new things be born within us. And that's why I feel that, like, also like a butterfly, you know, we have more possibilities to be reborn, like the phoenix, or to get out of the cocoon and be another butterfly, because that's what life is here for.
Beautifully said, because also when you talk about the caring heart, the forgiving heart, you know, the creator that you believe in or the higher power that is will often give you the things that you are looking to or learning to learn. And if forgiving heart and caring heart, you are an example of that. And this situation is just fostering more of the beauty and the amazement that you are. So congratulations. And we thank you. Lots of people during difficult times curl up and resist, or they don't put themselves out there. And so you are an inspiration to all of us, that even though we're going through something, we can be there to support others and we can grow through it instead of go through it. So bravo. Congratulations to you, two-time international best-selling author with Ignite. Bing, cheer. Caroline. All right, my darling. Have a great one, and big hugs to you and your family. Yes, thank you, and thank you. It's always so fun to travel around the globe and listen to the stories. And what I love to share is that it doesn't matter where you are on the planet, the human condition, the human story, the human experience is the same. Our language, our skin color, our religion, our country, our location, those things are all just semantics when it comes to the human heart and the experience that we all have, and that ignite moment that speaks to one another. And this book, Ignite Your Faith, is something really special. It speaks to people in every single corner of the world, because we all have that human experience, that human journey. And many of us lean into something bigger than ourselves when we're going through difficult times. And of course, when we come out on the other side with a greater experience, we want to share that. And these are those stories. So jump on over to Amazon today. Go get a copy of Ignite Your Faith. Just search Ignite Your Faith in Google, search in Amazon, and you will find it. And we are lovingly giving you a free copy, a free download of that this weekend for you. Now, if you already have your copy, share it with somebody that you know, because I'm sure there are many people in your life who you feel could benefit from a book about uplifting, powerful, inspirational stories based on faith, and give people a sense of faith and let people know that there is hope and there is courage, there is courageousness, and there is something out there taking care of them and bringing this wonderful experience, this human experience, this experience that we have together with one another. All right, well, let's bring in one of our three-time Ignite authors as she comes and joins us. We've got all kinds of authors in the house. We're going all the way back to America, jumping into Florida, the warm and wonderful weather of Florida. Welcome, Miss Jody Bear.
Well, welcome. Just welcome you back from your big trip, and welcome us back. Actually, JB, this is number 4 Think
I'm
about
so
it.
sorry, right? Ding, ding, ding. Number 4. I said number 3, but I was like, actually, I was thinking number 4, but I already said 3. Great job, number 4.
Number 4, and you, JB, the word that comes to me, and the word that I want to bring here, because today is my Sabbath, and I want to bring inspiration on my Sabbath to this wonderful audience, the wonderful viewers, the beautiful tribe of faith. But most importantly, I want to start with you. And the word is gratitude. I'm going to get through this. Oh, gracious. Gratitude, JB. I wrote in here, love, not tears. That didn't work. Because, JB, I'm Dr. Jody Bear. I'm known as America's top foundational health coach and holistic nutritionist. But it's because of you. I have gratitude for you and how you coached me, how you branded me, and how you brought me through way beyond Ted's Dry Cleaners. Just DM me if you want to know the rest of the story, so that you branded me to America's top foundational health coach, and it has stuck. It has stuck, and I can tell you, it's just like faith now, isn't it? JB, it's just like faith. We all need someone or something above us and with us that we cannot do alone. These last 3.5 years, I could have not done this alone. Who knew? See, that's why I picked the Ignite background, because my whole world is like this Ignite background. Ignite the hunger in you. Ignite wisdom. And then I took a leap of faith that I called it on our broadcast. I called it TALF, not half. You don't do things halfway. It's take a leap of faith. It's in a word. It's TALF. 21 Days to Your Best You. 4-time international best-selling book that came out because of you, because you believed in me. So it's gratitude. See, the number 4, JB, the number 4 is balance. Oh, let's both cry. Okay.
Yeah, exactly.
It's the number 4. It's wholeness. What does the number 4 mean? Audience, it's stability. It's new beginnings. It's balance. We have done that together, JB. Not only I've got my ring on. There we go. And since this is my Sabbath, I will just say the wisdom of this story for me, JB, it was going to be first and ignite the hunger. And you were so bold in your gracious gratitude to say, no, it doesn't fit. And I just said, yes, ma'am, because I know when to be coached and when to be coachable as a health coach. I really believe that is my number 1 affirmation. I know when to be coached. And I looked at what it really means to me to have faith. It was a very short quote. I have many, as you were so gracious to put my 21 days of tidbit wisdom in there. You talk about silver thread. You talk about genius. See, that's the other word that fits you. I'm grateful. It's gratitude. It's genius, JB. Okay. True genius, because I said in my quote, this is a short one for me, and I have like 100, who knew? But it's have faith, live faith, do faith. In my story, I said I was absolutely going down, doing things, anything ever hits you out of the blue. Well, I was fishtailed by a drunk driver that threw me off the road. I was going 80 miles an hour, and I went 2.5 times in the air. What did I do? I went ahead, JB, and I said, I had faith. I said, Heavenly Father, save me from the depths of my soul. And that he did. I was on the side and the driver's side. You see, if you're listening to this, it's just not me. It's any one of us. The creator of all always gives his best. Brought 2 messengers to me, most commonly called angels, but I've researched it, so what the real meaning is, so I call them messengers. He brought me Owen Wilson and Prince Harry with more hair. Okay, so here I am, JB, going ahead, and these 2 men pried me out of this car. Just a few feet later, chop, and the car was in flames. That was my faith, to have faith and then live faith. 18 months with a short-term memory loss. I think of what Les Brown says, that what you're going through, you will get through. That's faith. That's faith. Just one step upon another. It was just one word upon another. It worked. And then do faith. This is really present. Faith, to me, is a conscious, competent, consistent act. And you, JB, are conscious, competent, and consistent with all you do. That's why I'm just so grateful to call you my friend, not only my coach. And also, it's a fabulous, fabulous flower you have over your right shoulder. It's just beautiful. But the competent, conscious, consistent C's, you put the fourth one. Remember, that's our number for today. Number 4, it's the creator of all. Any of us can have faith, live faith, and do faith. It totals up to the number 4. Remember what I said when I started in my little soliloquy that I just felt from my heart. It's wholeness, stability, balance, and new beginnings. I have a friend, Peggy Woods, that says a story can save a business, save a life, save a soul. This is what our faith book will do. I'm just saying, go get one for yourself. It will be by your side when you have life lifing on you. What you're going through, you will get through. And then get one for your library, because there will be somebody that will pick it. It will save their business, save their life, save. And so I just want to give one of my famous acrostics, because this is like an encore. This is like my curtain call with you. But yeah, we better way women. Our personalities will be finished, but we'll never be through. Right, JB?
Amen.
Okay. So gratitude, it starts for goodness. Goodness, that is you. That is me. That is us. That is Ignite. All of these things go with this. It's results. It's attitude, being totally in, inspiration, team, unity, and doing it, in this case with faith, eternally. Thank you, JB.
Oh, I love it. Bravo. Give her a round of applause, because she is phenomenal. I just want to say thank you on so many levels, because people come and be a part of Ignite and we become friends for life, and, ride or die. I could call anywhere. I've been down to Florida. Jody's picked me up at the airport. She's dropped me off. She's taken me for sushi. She's been a great and incredible support. And at the same time, she's grown immensely in her business and her brand and her message. And we want to thank you for coming here on your Sabbath, because it's beautiful that it's Sabbath. It's beautiful that we can celebrate this on the Sabbath, and we can talk about faith from every single dimension, all the facets of the diamond of the beautifulness of faith. And I just want to say, we have all watched you in the Ignite community grow and blossom and just become such an incredible fixture and messenger for faith and for belief and for health and for wellness and for connection. And you truly are an incredible, loyal, giving, caring friend. And I just love every minute that I get to spend with you. So thank you, and thank you. Now, I'm not the only one. Ash is here, wants to share something. Go ahead, Ash.
Man, their words will be finished if I have to define Dr. Jody Bear. She's a big sister. She's amazing, bubbly. She can create a laughter anywhere. She will pour the wisdom in so much fun that you didn't realize you got wise by listening all the fun stuff. That's what Jody Bear is for me. And I enjoyed time spending with Jody Bear and JB Owen. That's going to be a one big memory for whole lifetime.
Absolutely. We will sit back and laugh about that time. We got to spend some time together in San Diego, the three of us, and it was just heartfelt, fun, playful. We should just make an excuse to go and do that again, because it was so great.
Annually, yes. And let's do it. Come this time too, because it's the number 4. That's the fourth number.
Totally come. Let's find a place where we can all meet central, and let's do it. It was so much fun. Go ahead, Steph, if you want to share a little bit with Jody.
Yes, Jody is like my soul sister. We connected immediately, like 3 books ago, right? I think we both wrote in Ignite the Hunger in You, which was our first book with Ignite, and clearly neither one of us have ever left. So There's something about Ignite, and you just, you get ignited. But Jody, I'm so proud of you. You are my friend. You are a mentor. You are an advisor. You are a soul sister. And I am just like honored all the time to be in your presence and work on these projects with you in different capacities. And it means the world to me, and I'm lucky to do it. So thank you for being such an incredible woman in my life. And today I celebrate you.
Thanks, Steph. And just, I got to do this one more time. See, that was our book. See,
Yeah.
this was our book.
That one too.
This is our book, JB, because it became the universe's book along with Danya, because she's up there looking down over all of us. And now Faith.
So proud. She's so proud.
You see, I do this, and this is perfect for you. You put your hand over your heart and you feel your pulse. Do it with me. And then you put your other hand here. Guess what? But we have to show the ring, sort of, kind of. Here we go. And it's JB's in my ring, but see, you feel that heartbeat when you put your hand over the other heart beat. It's here, but you put it here, it gets stronger, because just like Faith, y'all, my soul sisters, my beautiful JB, with gratitude, I say, we need each other. So for today, I'm going to say, this is Dr. J saying, have a healthy and a faith-filled day.
Amen. Four-time international best-selling author around the globe. Thank you, Dr. Jody Bear. Thank you, Ash and Steph. Folks, if you are sitting here and you're listening to this and you're like, how do they do it? They just do it one step at a time. They just say yes. Each and every one of these authors was just like you. They weren't sure, they didn't know, but somehow faith spoke to them. Their intuition percolated to the surface, and something inside of them said, now is my time. Now I'm ready to write my story. And I want my story to go out into the world and make a difference. And that is the power of Ignite. Every single one of the authors shows up on our platform with a desire to help others, use their story to help others. We don't have authors here who just want to elbow their way to the front of the room and be on stage because they're the most important person around. That's not how we roll. Really, I curate and interview and speak with every single author before they come onto the platform, because the reason people are here is because they want to give, they want to support, they want their story to help you. And so if any moment of your life right now is feeling like you could use some inspiration, a boost, some laughter, some joy, some fun, some hope, and really be reminded of the power of your faith, this is a great book for you to have. Go on over to Amazon and get a copy of it. It's free downloads right now. Of course, you can buy the book. You can have any one of our authors sell you a copy, autograph a copy for you. You can go to the Ignite website and order a copy. Like, we really want to make this available for you. But right now, this weekend, we're doing free downloads as we go bestseller in multiple countries. We're already international bestseller in Canada in multiple categories, in the US in multiple categories, and in the UK. And I'll ask my team to leave in the chat if we've gone bestseller in any other country, because I'd love to give an update. But that is the power of a book that is meant and destined to help lives and inspire people to have a greater experience of themselves. All right, well, we are still in the US, and we're going to welcome our next author. This is a great story, folks. You are going to just be shocked when you hear about how I connected with Karen while she was in her hospital bed in Costa Rica. It is so true. In a hospital bed in Costa Rica, her and I were talking on the phone, and I said to her, girl, you have to be in this book, because she was injured in a horse riding accident in Costa Rica and broke her pelvis and was injured quite severely. And her attitude and her outlook was phenomenal. She was happy and proud and optimistic. And it just spoke to me so much about her faith. And I just was delighted when she agreed to be in this book. Karen, welcome to the show. I know you're healing well. How's everything now?
Thank you. It's going. Everything is slow and steady, but it's going. And I'm so grateful. And I'm grateful to be here. And first off, foremost, congratulations to you and everybody else. A #1 bestseller again. So,
Yeah. We
yeah.
love it. We love it because what it tells us is that people are responding to these stories, and these stories are beautiful. They're not sensationalized. They're not, meant for drama. They're not there to just be that I don't know, some books are just, they want to grab you with the wrong intentions. These books really are beautiful, heartfelt stories of true, authentic times in people's lives where they have stepped into a greater version of themselves. You, of course, let's just say it again, in a horse riding accident in Costa Rica, taken to a hospital, didn't speak Spanish, and had to recover there and at the same time find your way home. Tell us a little bit about that journey.
Oh boy, coming out of COVID and being housebound for quite some time, I stopped doing as much work outside of the house. So I decided I wanted to go meet new people. So I signed up for a retreat in Costa Rica. I didn't know anybody on the retreat. And day 2, I love horseback riding. I have horses here in Sarasota. And I decided to go on a horseback riding outing. And interestingly enough, like about 2 hours before we were leaving, something just came over me and said, don't go. And I usually listen to my intuition. And for some reason, I allowed myself, they were like, but you have to go. We rented this horse for you and they're waiting for you and all of this pressure. And I allowed myself to like fall prey to that. And usually I'm very, have my boundaries and everything else, but I love horseback riding on the beach. It's one of my favorite things to do. And I went, all right, I'll go. Sure enough, the horse had sore feet, and being around horses, I knew that his feet were sore because he was avoiding the water and he was hovering way back, and there were pack animals and he was really staying back. And the guide came back and he said, like, what's going on? And I said, well, his feet are sore. And he goes, oh yeah, he keeps throwing shoes all the time. Well, horses' hooves are made of the same material our nails are. And if you keep them in water long enough, it's going to get sore. They have what's called a frog on the bottom of their feet. And it becomes very painful for them if you get especially salt on an open wound. So we made it to the rest of the pack, and he was perked up and really ready to go with the rest of the pack when a wave came from behind in his back legs. Spun around, he spun around, and I went flying. Bless you. Spun around, I went flying, landed on my butt, and I just remember it was surreal. I remember looking down at my legs going, I can't move my legs. I can't feel my legs. And I don't, I'm in a foreign country. I don't speak Spanish. There was one girl out of the whole group that came running down. I remember looking over and she's like, oh, but it was like a cartoon, just in slow motion coming down the beach. And she scooped me up. She was there in no time. And I was like, you're on a horse. And I don't know where this came from, but it was like, you're on a horse. Why'd you get off the horse and run? So, but there was one of the people who were our drivers, took me 2 hours to the closest hospital over these bumpy roads. And all I kept doing was holding my hip saying, I knew I had broken it at that point. I didn't realize the rest of the damage I did, but all I kept saying was, talk to me, just keep talking to me. And it was just a surreal experience. Yeah.
And I talked to you in the hospital, and you were, in your hospital bed, in your hospital gown, and you still had optimism. You still had a smile on your face. You were making the best of it. And you just had the faith that you were going to be okay. Yeah. You were going to make it home. You were going to, I was worried for you because there was, foreign doctors, maybe in a country that doesn't have great medical care. I didn't know. And you just had faith. You just knew they were going to take care of you. You knew it was going to work out. And I want to know, was that taught to you? Was that something you'd learned over the years? Where did that faith come from that you were going to be okay?
Well, I've always been faithful. I remember after my divorce, I didn't know who I was or where I was or what I believed in at that point. And I studied world religions, and I was looking for something outside of myself. And it wasn't until probably a couple of years after my divorce, I started really getting more into a spiritual consciousness and realizing that surrender is one of the toughest things to do. And I had already started that journey. So when I got down there, and this occurred, it was more or less, it's out of my hands. All I have is nothing to do but trust. I can't walk away. I can't go anyplace. So it was just standing in faith that all was going to be well. And I used my breathing techniques to go, breathe through the pain and breathe through what I was going to do. And I had been trained in team management leadership many years prior in communication, which I do today. And it was like, okay, Karen, surrender to what is. I mean, they come in at 7 o'clock in the morning speaking Spanish, lights go on. It's like, okay, bato, whatever they say for bath. I forgot at this point. And they're like ripping your clothes off. And you're sitting there like in a diaper, no less, which is embarrassing in and of itself. And you're just like, what is? What you resist persists. If I resisted it, I would have been miserable. So my goal, my only focus was healing. When you heal, you surrender to it. When you heal, you trust. So faith and trust was just compounded there. And it was interesting because before I went on the ride, I knew there was a lesson. There's always a lesson in everything. And there's always a silver lining in everything. That's my mental attitude anyway. And I remember going down there and getting off the plane and saying, okay, Spirit, I know there's a lesson for me here. Before I went out for the ride, it was almost like surrender was already there. I was like, what am I surrendering to? And I was like, you could have been a little less painful in this. It's not been an easy journey, to say the least. But I kept, attitude is everything. And the attitude, the faith, and the trust in my intuition. I trusted my doctor. I actually adored my doctor down there. I was getting calls consistently on Facebook, like, oh my God, you're in a foreign country and you don't speak about how miserable. And it was interesting listening to everybody's thoughts, feelings, and opinions. And I could have gone on board with that. And I went, no, I'm standing in the trust that the surgeon who was sent to me was going to be the perfect person to do. And he did an amazing job. It was nothing like it is here in the States. I mean, I got the best care, and he was there consistently for me. He left on a Friday and he said, Karen, I'm going to be gone on Friday, but if you need me, call me. And here in the States, it's more or less like, okay, call the nurse and they'll call the doctor.
Right.
He had my phone and he put his phone number in there and I was like, what?
Wow.
Yeah.
Incredible.
It was just such an amazing journey. And I remember day 3 on post-op, I had 58 people signed up for a masterclass. And I said, I'm not letting them down. I did it from my bed with my IV bag. And during that time, and here's where surrender and faith came in again. It was like, I wasn't even aware of the pain. I was so focused on being of service to others that everything else went out the door. I was just so focused. And I got off the phone and the Zoom and I'm sitting there in my bed and went, wow. That was wild. I love that, So
look what we're capable of. Now, you also had to lean into your faith to get home. There's a little bit of story that just faith showed up so you could fly home.
Yes, it was. Yeah. Yeah, because, every day it was like change. It was all out of pocket. And normally in the past, it might have been like, oh my God, lack, and how am I going to do it? And all of this stuff. And it was just unbelievable because it was $35,000 and to get, from the hospital to getting myself home. And I had created a team. One of the things that I do is I teach people how to create teams, and I create my own teams. And I took all my skill sets and I started creating a team. And I said, Karen's going to focus on healing. And if everyone who would support me, and the airlines would not let me home unless I was walking, and I couldn't walk. I couldn't wait there at all. I was in a diaper coming home. And it was like, oh my God. So I wasn't eating or drinking for, knowing that was coming, and, and of course the plane was delayed and, that I found American Airlines, I will sing their blues till, I called them up and I said, listen, this is what's going on. Will you support me? And they met me at the ground transportation. They met me there. They sat with me the whole time. They literally put me on the airplane seat, took me off the airplane seat, put me through customs and got me to curbside to the transport that was prearranged ahead of time. But then when I got home, my girlfriend, God bless her, flew in from Pittsburgh. And I'm down in Florida. So she came in, and of course, the next day was my birthday. It never fails. And she not only supported me, but she created a GoFundMe account, which was just like, wow. And, every little bit helped at that point. But, it's just a miracle. So I'm grateful.
Miracle, faith, intuition, knowingness, surrender. I mean, all the words that are really synonymous with this book. Thank you so much as you share really what many of the stories reflect. And of course, your story reflects. And just as you're sharing, it's a real testament to you and your faith that you got through that with the wonderful attitude that you have. And then just to share with others that, the situations that unfold, you can look at them one way or you can look at them in another way. And really, your healing is the most important thing. And so believing in that and having that focus is really what was most important. And now you're doing wonderfully and well.
Yeah, I'm getting there. It's a slow journey. I'm 6 months, post-op at this point. I'm walking, so I'm grateful, I'm not running any races yet, but I'm up and walking and I'm having faith. The doctors are already saying, wow, like you shouldn't be doing this yet. And I'm like, why not? Who says?
Right. And of course, I know you well enough to know you will be back on a horse.
Yeah, not tomorrow, but yes.
One day, exactly. You don't blame the horse. That's even also a beautiful part of your story. You don't blame the horse.
No, absolutely not. The horse, was out of his control. And, when you're in a foreign country, they don't necessarily treat animals the way we would treat them. So when I was on its back, I am not here to, I treat anything living with respect, Yeah. So I was grateful that, he didn't get any more injuries. It sucked that I did, but
right.
Yeah.
Now, in your photo in the book, you have your cane. So I thought that was really wonderful. Folks, when you read her story, you'll see her with her cane and her picture. So know that she is recovering from her injury. Can you tell us your power quote just before we close? Do you remember your power quote?
My power quote was, oh gosh,
I know sometimes it's hard to remember. Even me, sometimes I don't remember all my power quotes.
For me, the one that jumps out, and I know it's probably not the one that was the power quote because I have many, but the one that actually has started me on my journey is when you change the way you look at things, the way you look at things change. It's all perception. And had I not shifted my perception, it would not have gotten me to where I needed to go. So I'm going to leave you with that one because that one really is the one that lifts me up consistently and keeps me grounded in my faith. So.
Well done and bravo. Ladies and gentlemen, a truly inspirational story. She's a best-selling author. Give her a hand of applause. Yeah.
Thank you.
Congratulations, my darlings. Thank you so much for being here. Big hugs and kisses to you. And I hope to see you again soon and recover well and take care.
Thank you.
Awesome.
Bye.
Well, folks, as you can hear, amazing stories, beautiful faith, as Karen said, surrender, trust, hope, faith, knowing, believing, all of those things, big part of the story. We're going to take a quick break, a little bit of a liquid exchange, get everybody up and standing, a little a break to stretch and just get your body moving. Make your way to the liquid exchange, and we'll be back in about 15 minutes. But this, folks, is a perfect time to do two things. One, you want to go on over to Amazon and download a copy of the book. One of the Kindle versions is free and available to everyone today. You can download that. Two, go to the Ignite website and check out our upcoming books. You may absolutely decide now is your time. You've heard from many of our authors who said yes to one of the books being in a chapter, and their life has changed dramatically. And so if you feel like you're ready for something phenomenal, life-changing, transformative, empowering, go see igniteyou.life and check out our new and upcoming book, Ignite Your Purpose and Ignite Your Courage. Both of those books are now starting, and you could be a part of those and be an international best-selling author by September. You could be doing an IGNITEARAMA just like this in September with one of those books. All right, I'll see you all at the bottom of the hour. We'll be back right in just a few moments, so go and have some fun.
You've got an idea, so wake up, baby. This is your day to start moving towards achieving exactly what it is you want. Put your shoes on, grab your coat, and get outside. Light that candle, sit down, and meditate. Do what you have to feel good. Grab some water and drink the whole glass. Stretch your body, move, reach, wiggle your toes, and get out all the old stuff that doesn't feel good, because today's your day. You're going to do something magical today. You're going to make a difference because you're going after what it is you want. This is your moment, so take it. Do something today to get one step closer to what it is you want, because guess what? The universe is waiting for what you've got brewing inside your mind, and it's excited to help you, encourage you, motivate you, and push you forward, because what you're thinking, it wants to see. So go after it. Sit down at the computer, get some work done, grab your notebook, write out that list, do some training, teach yourself something new, be a good student, learn what it is you don't know. Ask questions. Look to people who are doing what it is you are doing and emulate that. See how you can do more. What can you learn? How can you stretch? How can you push the boundaries of what you're used to and do something different? Because you've got to be different if you want different, and this is your time. You know this is what you want, and so go get it. Push yourself. Encourage yourself. Support yourself, because you can do it. You've got this. We're all watching you, and we're cheering you on, because we know that your passion and your belief is undoubtedly going to get you there. Don't let anything stop you. Just keep reaching, keep leaping, keep climbing over whatever obstacles you have to go after it. You got this. It's yours. It's just waiting for you. The idea came to you because it wants you to execute exactly what it is you're dreaming of. It wants you to succeed. So grab the day. Grab hold of all the possibilities that are right there. Just reach out into the air and grab them. They're right there, waiting for you to be amazing. Because you are amazing. You're fantastic. You're exceptional, and the universe loves your idea. Seize the day. It's yours. You got this. Go get it. There isn't a person in this world who knows you better than you know yourself. No one knows what you're capable of. No one can see your potential as well as you can. You know what you can do. You know what you want, what your dreams, your desires, everything you want to go after. You see the clear vision. You know what it is. You know what you have to do. This is the time for you to start looking within yourself and finding your strength. Finding your passion and going after that. Not listening to anyone else. Not wondering what anyone else is doing. Not looking to the side to see who's doing what. Just staying focused. Looking forward. What are you going to do? How are you going to handle things? What's important to you? And how are you going to put one foot in front of the other to get what it is you want? We get so caught up in the world and what everyone else is doing, and it's just noise. Focus on you. Focus on yourself, on your dreams, on your desires, on what it is you want, where you want to go. How big do you want to make your life? Go after that. See that, envision that, write that down, be a part of that, immerse yourself in that idea, that vision, that goal. Go after that. Trust yourself. Trust what it is you're up to. Trust what it is you believe in, and believing in you is all that matters. You know how great you are. You know what you're capable of. You know what you're good at. You know what your talents are. You were put here for a reason. To show the world how unique, amazing, powerful, and dynamic you are. So go and do that. Love that. Learn that. Get everything there is to know about doing that. Then you'll be successful. Then you'll have your dream, your happiness, your contentment. Then money will come. Then joy will prosper. It's when you do what you love that the world shifts and follows you. You be the guide. You lead the helm. You're the one doing the work, and so the universe pays you off 10 times over in so many different ways. Happiness, joy, relationships, finances, entertainment, travel, experiences, all kinds of things blossom when you're doing what you love with your vision in mind, following your ambitions and going after it. Your opportunity, your potential, your vision. This is your moment. This is where you get to do what you love. Believe in yourself. Believe in the power of you, and you will have the dreams. Your dreams will come true. This is your moment to ignite your life. So go after it. Go get it. Be you. Now, more than ever, we need to come together to connect with one another. We need to feel the truth in who we are and let go of everything that's happened in the past. We need to empower every person on the planet and awaken hearts, enliven souls, come together, laugh, play, rejoice, connect, create, and love. It's time to ignite humanity. We want you to be a part of something that will impact the future for everyone. We want you to tell your story, share your Ignite moment, show people who you truly are. Be a part of igniting humanity and making a difference in the world and all of our futures. It's breakthrough day. You woke up this morning and you decided, you know what? Today's the day. I'm going to make a difference today. I'm going to do that exercise. I'm going to learn that course. I'm going to start doing my life differently today. Today's the day. So go after it. Grab hold of that feeling inside that you're going to do today differently, and start. If that means putting on your running shoes, do that. If that means emptying out the fridge or the cupboards of all the food that you don't need, then do that. If that means sitting down at the computer and filling out those forms or learning that course, then it's time to do that. Because today is breakthrough day. Today's the day that you take the motivation inside of you that you've been feeling for however long and you go after it. You don't let your body or your brain or your mind or anyone else in your universe stop you from doing what it is you want. Because breakthrough day means breaking through the old ideas, the old patterns, the habits that have held you back, and doing it differently. In a breakthrough day, you don't stop, you don't question, you don't wonder, and you don't compare. You certainly don't look backwards. You look forwards and you go after it. So today's the day that you've decided you're going to break through an old limiting belief or get rid of a pattern. Then let's do it together. one foot in front of the other. Let's decide that this is the day things are going to be different. So what does that mean? It means making a list of what it is you want to accomplish. It means using positive affirmations to propel you forward. It means only positive languaging in your mind. It means writing down things that are going to help you achieve what it is you want. It means seeing success happening to you. You're going to do this. You're going to get this. You're going to figure this out. You're going to feel everything you need to feel each and every step along the way as you do it. Because when you do the work and you overcome the struggles, it gets easier and easier. Your muscles are like, I got this. Your brain is like, I can do this. Your soul is like, thank you, because I wanted this. So on a day like today, nothing can stop you. You're going for it. You're moving and you're grooving and you're feeling it. And you're taking action and you're making plans and you're surrounding yourself with people who support you. Because on breakthrough days, you can break through anything. You can break through the old. Ignite possibilities. It's the idea that anything is possible. In fact, anything and everything is absolutely possible. We just need to start believing in that. There's a lot of conversations going on the planet, and one of them needs to be about possibilities. We need to inspire and ignite possibilities in all of our minds once again to believe that things are possible. We can change the planet when we step into the idea that what is possible is absolutely possible, and we can go after that. We can do that. We can dream more. We can aspire for more. We can have more. We can include more. We can create more. We just have to believe it. Start doing it. Working in that direction. Having that conversation. Understanding that what's possible is truly impossible in each of us. Igniting possibilities, that's the idea. That's what we need to start talking about. Ignite possibilities in me, in you, and everyone in humanity. When we raise ourselves up, we raise each other up. And when we start going after what's possible in our own lives, we give permission for everyone, every single person on the planet to go after what's possible for them. Ignite possibilities. Ignite a possibility in you. Ignite possibilities in someone else. And we can change the world.
Welcome back, superstars. Welcome back to IGNITEARAMA for Ignite Your Faith, this powerful, amazing, community-based environment where we are bringing authors together and showcasing them with you and their amazing stories that they've written in this international best-selling book in Canada, US, and the UK. This is an amazing time for you to get to meet the authors and learn about their inspiration. What made them write? What did they write about? What is their story? What did they talk about? And what was the faith that was inside of them that really made them know that this was where they needed to go? This is what they needed to do. And this was the life they were meant to lead. All right. Well, we've got a whole nother round of authors as we talk about igniting faith. And we just want to welcome in our next author as she comes in to tell us a little bit about her story. Come on in, darling. Welcome, 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 welcome to the show. Hey, Vanessa, how you doing? Unmute yourself and let's see you on camera. There she is. Welcome.
Hello.
How are you doing? Are you feeling super, supersonic?
I am feeling Shwashwula.
Shwashwula. Shwashwula is a word that I don't know where I got that word, but it's like, it just means like phenomenal, fabulous, fantabulous, all wrapped into one. And I said Shwashwula one time to Vanessa, and it's been our code word ever since.
It sure
So
has.
You're feeling Shwashwula today. How is that? Did you wake up this morning feeling a little bit different inside?
I sure did. I really, really did. It's been an amazing journey.
Well, you wrote a beautiful story about your dad, and I know Father's Day is tomorrow. Do you want to talk a little bit about that? I know it's sentimental and emotional, but you know, many of us obviously are going to be celebrating our dads tomorrow. You want to talk a little bit about your story?
I sure will, would. You know, I didn't realize that it came out Father's Day weekend, and that is the perfect
Right?
way to start this journey of being now a 3-time international best-selling author. And what a great tribute to him. My father and I were extremely close ever since I was a little girl. He was a car dealer and a mechanic and took me to the auctions, and we bought cars together. And I went to his place of business and cleaned the cars and swept his floors. And we would go for cheeseburgers, at the auction or on the weekends. And we went on a hunt for the best cheeseburger around. And he used to say, I want a cheeseburger, double cheese, double burger. And he was off the boat Italian. And the story starts out with a tribute to him. I used part of his eulogy in the beginning of the story. I felt it was so beautifully written. And that was the end of his eulogy. But honestly, my parents came here with nothing and built a life. Like, my childhood was so great. Homemade food and family and fun and singing and playing cards and getting together. And it was just so beautiful. And, we had been faced with his health challenges for many years, almost probably a decade. And I lived in upstate New York, and every single time he had an issue with his health, my schedule, working my consulting job, would change. So it was sort of like every time my parents needed me, I happened to be on, a little hiatus. And so, it was interesting because I was married, everything was beautiful. We created this amazing life. And all of a sudden, the house of cards fell one by one by one. And I was like, what is going on? And it's interesting because the day my divorce was final, on the last court date, I, for the sake of my family and for the sake of my daughter, texted my ex-husband and I said, please don't do this. And I got laughed at. Like, saving my family was important to me. And so here I, sat 2 years upstate while the divorce was going through and moved back home. And I'm like, what do I do now? Like, what does this all mean? And then my father got diagnosed with cancer. And it was heart-wrenching. Here we were dealing with the biggest trauma of our lives, my daughter and I, and we had now this. And it was heartbreaking. And he went into remission. And about a year later, I was actually working designing handbags locally at a manufacturer. And my father got diagnosed with esophageal cancer. And I said, that's it. And I packed it up and I said, no more for right now. I can't take not one more blow. And I stayed home and I raised my daughter and I was there for my family. And, the story just, if all of those things did not happen, I would not have come into the gift that God had been trying to show me ever since I was a little girl. And the house of cards fell when my ex-husband, and we get along now and everything is good. But when my ex-husband said, when I shared with him a God wink moment, and he said, what do you speak to God? And I said, every darn day. And I knew I had to make a choice between the God that gave me the beautiful life and gifts I had, or man. And I made that very definitive choice right then and there. And that was it. And it was done. And so writing this story about my father, and the very definitive sign I received in this story was the defining moment. Now, that's the ignite moment in the story, but writing the story itself is the ignite moment of my life. Because now I truly know who I am and what I'm made of. And the gifts that I came to learn that I have are
phenomenal.
I'm just beyond words, speechless. And
phenomenal. I love it. You know, you share it so eloquently, and what's beautiful is just in a very short time, even you sharing your story, because there was a time you telling the story was even stuck here, was stuck here, was stuck here. And so you even being able to articulate it so beautifully now, you've learned from it. The lessons are there, the richness is there, the beauty is there, the silver lining is there, the golden nuggets are there. And it's just a pleasure to watch you. I'm not the only one. You've got a fan club that showed up. I'm not the only one. Let's let them share. Kathy, pour into Miss Vanessa and just show her what a fan you are.
Oh my God, girl. I think the first time you and I chatted, we connected at one of the campfires, and it was like, oh, soul sister here. She's creative, and we just read our stories to one another, and it was like both of us got choked up, but it was just, both of us are like, so when are we going to be in town? When can we see each other? And it's just
exactly. I can't wait to go to in North Carolina, right?
And South Carolina.
South Carolina.
Can't wait. Doors open. I can't wait.
Terrific. And we're all going to join. Absolutely. We're already trying to create an Ignite get together. Nicole, you're up. What would you like to share with Vanessa?
First of all, Vanessa, I just fell in love with your boldness, your big personality. You are definitely a powerhouse. You honored your father so beautifully in your story. And when you read the story to me, oh my God, I'm like, Nicole, don't get so choked up. It's her story, not yours. But it was so beautifully written. And we know No is smiling down at you, and I love you. And you are so courageous and brave in everything that you have endured and gone through and still doing right now. I'm so proud of you. I just met you, but I love you like you're my sister.
And we're all watching you. We're watching you. You're expanding, you're growing, you're blossoming, you're blooming, you're on fire, you're twinkling with starlight. It's just beautiful to see all of the changes and the transformation. And we're just lining the carpet, watching you go down and step into your moment. And so just know how much we care about you and appreciate you. Cheryl, I'll let you speak next.
Oh, thank you. Since the first day I listened to this woman's voice, because she would hide a little bit behind her screensaver. She doesn't hide anymore. And the evolution has been just flippin' magical to watch. Just magical. And I have to say, the license plate and the dad connection, yeah. Speechless.
Because my father was a car dealer. So you can imagine how much he loved the Cadillac. So it was just, I am still, and this isn't the first time. So when this happened, I was like, where is my camera? Because nobody is going to believe this. And it's not the first time. And, as I proceed with my journey and writing my solo book, that's next on the horizon for me. And so I plan to put all the pieces together in a book for the ages. Thank you so much, Cheryl.
Yeah, and if you haven't yet read Cheryl's book, our story, you'll see even a deeper synergy when you read hers. Terrific. All right, Ash, your turn.
Man, her story and her personality both are big. She said God is big, and she showed that she's big too. And the love she gives, the support she gives to everybody is big. And Vanessa, I really go and say to share on Cheryl, what she said, what a transformation we witness. From a shy person to just coming as a bold and courageous. And girl, the glow you have on your face, I love that. Keep on glowing, keep on blessing.
Thank you.
Absolutely. So we love that you're taking care of yourself. You're making your health important. You're making your future. You're starting to see your future unfolding. We love that you've got a solo book on the horizon, and you just the future is in front of you. And of course, every single time, life still gives us challenges. It still gives us all kinds of, things to create and make into something else. And so I just want to share with you, this community is always here for you. And we know, and we watch you doing your amazing fashion, and just, an inspiration to all of us. What would you like to say to somebody who maybe is feeling like you were feeling 6 months ago?
The word believe keeps coming up. I keep seeing it in my mind. My father's fate turned out the way I tried with everything I am. And I think you have to believe in and have that strong faith to believe that anything is possible. Anything is possible. I mean, this little girl that grew up in small town USA from parents who were born and raised and came over from Calabria, Italy, traveled the world 10 times over by the time I was 30 years old, built $30 million companies. I mean, you have to step out in faith and believe it is possible for you. It is possible for anybody. And I believed that my father could be healed. And the synchronicities that I, share in my story is because I had that strong belief in the God I worship. And so belief and telling yourself that anything is possible is key.
I believe it. If I had the song, "This girl is on fire, this girl is on fire," I would be playing it. You're just really rocking it. But instead, we will give you the big round of applause. Give her a round of applause, ladies and gentlemen. She is an international best-selling author. Where is my sound? It's not working. That's weird. All right, well, we'll unmute ourselves and clap for you. Give her a big round of applause. Yay, yay, yay. Congratulations, Vanessa. We look so forward to all the work that you're doing, unfolding, the next thing, the next book, the next wonderfulness. And thank you so much for my beautiful t-shirt that you sent to me.
You're very welcome. Thank you so much, everyone.
I didn't even do anything. It just wanted that delayed impact and drama. All right. Blessings to you. Take care, Miss Schwitschwala.
Thank you. Same to you. You're doing great.
Thank you so, so, so much. There is a transformation that happens in so many of our authors. And when you tell your story, you transform your life. And we say that all the time here at Ignite. Tell your story, transform your life, and share the wisdom that you have gained from your experience, because there are so many people who want to do the same. Well, we welcome in our next authors, and we are still in the United States. We are traveling throughout the states, talking to individuals who are a part of the Ignite Your Faith book, our 19th book in the Ignite series, available now free on Amazon this weekend. Go get a downloaded copy. Just Google Ignite Your Faith and it'll show up. Welcome, Miss Bobby. So happy to have you here. Unmute yourself and share a little bit about how does it feel to have your story published and out into the world.
Oh, it's amazing. And to have done it under your wing made it feel even better, because I felt very guided through my process as you worked with me on my story. And honest to God, the whole entire team stood by my side from beginning to end. And you'll never know the appreciation I have for you and the team.
Well, thank you so much for sharing and saying that. We do really appreciate it. We love what we do. We really, really enjoy it. We truly love blessing and carrying and little tiny micro wins with the authors and just seeing them bloom and blossom. You have had a smile on your face for days. You were in the mastermind yesterday. You were sharing, and you really inspired some of the other individuals just by your sharing. How are you feeling differently from 4 months ago to now?
It's such a transformation, really. I mean, just to feel that in my group alone, the authors that I worked with, to be able to inspire even the people that you wrote with says a lot, because it touched people in your group. And to think that it touched people in the group I can't even imagine how many more lives it will touch by knowing the amount of books that honestly have already sold. So that to me is a winner. It's getting the message out, knowing that it touches a heart means more to me probably than anything.
Yeah, absolutely. Now, I haven't asked anybody this yet today, but do you want to share your action step? What did you, every Ignite story has an action step at the end because we want people to take action. It doesn't do any good if you just read the story and close the book. What was your action step, Bobby, that really helped you in your life?
My action step was learning to use compassionate action. And I believe that using compassionate action, we have to give it to ourselves first. And until we can actually become forgiving of ourselves and healing of ourselves, how can we go out there and do that with the rest of the world? So being that I feel like nature is mirroring our lives, I feel like we have to go within and we have to be able to forgive ourselves for things from the past so that we can be happy in the present and change our future.
Well, you are so brave. Your story just shows your bravery and your fortitude. I'll jump over to your daughter. Nicole, do you want to unmute yourself? Do you agree with me? Mom's brave and has a lot of perseverance.
Oh, I absolutely agree. We've been on a long journey together as a family, and the way that she's able to share that with the world is just so special, and I'm so proud of her.
Did it feel different to read her story, seeing it through her eyes versus, being there and maybe in the same room or having the same experience, sort of seeing it through her vision?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah, wonderful. And if you could just tell us something about your mom in one word or describe her in a way that we don't know about her, what would you say?
My mom is just the most loving person that I have in my entire life. She's been my supporter for my entire life. And, just to see the way that she's helped me grow throughout my own journey and the way that she's able to help other people and the lives that she's able to touch is just absolutely amazing. And I'm so proud of you, Mom.
Thank you.
Fantastic. Now, Yvonne, is this another daughter?
Oh, that Yvonne's my sister, and Ariel, the little one right there, that's my niece.
Oh, wow. All right, Yvonne, do you want to unmute yourself and talk?
Ariel, can you unmute Yvonne? Can you hear her talk?
Okay, am I unmuted now?
There you go, Yvonne.
Ariel left the room because
sorry, I see two Yvonne. Now I see two Yvonnes. Okay, Yvonne, the sister, share a little bit of what big sister, little sister.
Little. She's much older.
Oh.
Just kidding.
And little sis, how do you look up to your big sis? And did you read her story?
I did, and I've had to I read her other story as well. I do look up to Bobby. She's a lot more patient than I am. So, like through Bobby, she teaches me a little bit of coping, maybe I should say. Bobby teaches me, like I'll call her and be like, hey, this. And she's like, come down a few notches, we just need to do this, or, we need to do this. And just helps me, cope and maybe possibly think things differently, different ways to think of things through life. Just real inspirational. I've really enjoyed like watching her changes and the different things that she brings to the table for us and helping us through our journey in life too.
How beautiful. Beautifully said. Thank you. All right, Ariel, if you will not move your camera, we would love to hear from you. Share. So this is Auntie.
Yvonne, you might have to help her.
Okay, hang on.
I don't know.
Hi, Ariel.
Yeah.
Do you want to share a little bit about, is it your aunt? Is Bobby your aunt?
Yeah.
What do you think about her? Tell us something amazing about her.
I think that Aunt Bobby is a really nice and kind person and really fun.
Yeah, those are the best qualities. I love it. Well done. And so I'll jump over to husband, Bob. I always am fascinated when the husbands patiently and lovingly, be the support system for their wives who are writing their stories. What was your first thoughts when Bobby said she was going to share her story in a book about faith? You want to unmute yourself? No problem. All right. And while you're figuring that out, Audrey, you want to unmute yourself?
Got it. Yeah. Are we good?
Yeah, go ahead. We can hear you. Share a little bit about Bobby.
Oh boy. So I gotta go along with what Nikki said. Her daughter, she is definitely like the best support system out there. I think Yvonne would agree with that as well. She kind of touched on that, but yeah, just the best friend and always there to listen and help you through things. And yeah, I mean, really just an awesome friend. We've been friends for a long time. We've been coworkers, so we've been through a lot of ups and downs and stories together. And yeah, I'm just super grateful for her friendship every day.
Fantastic. Well, Bobby, I'm going to lean on you when I need support because you've had 3 people say how supportive you are. And that's a really beautiful quality to have. I'll jump over to, is it Diana Martin?
Mom.
Yeah. Are you able to unmute yourself? And in the meantime, Ash, you want to unmute yourself while they're figuring out the unmute button?
Yeah, sure. Bobby, I haven't got so much interaction with you, but there is something magnetic pull. You come in and you said something that I have to come in your presence to celebrate you. And I wanted to tell you how important it is. Ava said in the morning, there are sometimes we are dropping seeds while we are walking. And you did that, girl. You did so amazingly that I wanted to come in and to celebrate and say that even with all of these people, I'm also proud of you. Thank you for being you.
Thank you.
Bravo, bravo. All right, we got Diana now. How's everything? Tell us how you know Bobby.
Oh, I'm her mother.
Yay!
Yeah,
I
I'm
thought maybe
Bobby's
another
mom.
sister.
No. Oh, gee, thanks. Thank you. No, I'm Bobby's mom, and I'm just really proud of her for all of her accomplishments that she's done on this. I mean, it's just amazing. Her first book, I see how hard she's worked on everything, and she's worked so hard, and it's just been such a big transformation and change in her life that I've seen. Whoops. Okay. Keep wanting to update. Okay, sorry. Yeah, she's just had such a great transformation in her life, and she's gone from a totally different person. I see her turned into such a loving, caring person, not that she wasn't before, but now she just cares so much about humanity and about our world and about people. And all she wants to do is help everybody and be that light in the world and see a change. That's so important to her. And I'm just so proud of her that her priorities are in such a wonderful place. And I'm really happy that she's writing in this book also that is faith-based and that's going towards such a good cause. I couldn't be more proud.
Wonderful, wonderful, beautifully said, beautifully said. Are you taking that in, Bobby?
I am. Everybody's going to get me to cry.
Yeah, exactly.
It started with Vanessa because I was watching right before us, and my dad died exactly the same way her dad died, which is the esophageal cancer. So I was like, oh God, I'm going to start crying, and I'm getting ready to come on. And I've already had to fix my makeup once today listening to Jody. I'm like, stop. So yes. I feel blessed.
Well, our emotions are good, right? Emotions are good to come to the surface, and tears are cleansing. And so, Mom, beside you, sitting beside you, would you love to share a little bit about Bobby?
This is
Oh, there's Bob now, I guess.
I think Bob is coming on right now. Hi, Bob.
Hi there.
Hey, Bob, welcome to the show. So,
Thank you. Can you hear me now?
Yeah, we can hear you. Fantastic, and welcome. We love it when husbands share a little bit about reading their wife's story. Have you taken the time to read her story?
Certainly, it's very inspirational, and that's the kind of person she is. It's funny. She said she's going to write a book. I don't know, 3 years ago or whatever it's been. I'm like, yeah, whatever. And she's just so driven. Anything she wants to do, she really puts her mind to it. And she's already got 2 published books within a few years. Obviously, this one's very successful. And people just gravitate to her. I think, like you said, her smile can light up a screen in a room. So there's no reason why her writing can't too. So obviously, we're all very proud of her. She's just a beautiful person inside and out.
That's so true. And she sort of dropped a little nugget the other day that she's looking to write another book and wants to continue to write. So we're all here to support her. We know that it's a team, and love that. Is there something you could share about her that maybe some of us would love to know? Some little secret tidbit? We always love a little bit. What's one little quality of hers that you just, the reason you married her? How about that?
Well, it's not really a secret, but she's just so loving. I mean, if it's anything from animals to healing, a bird with a bad wing, to anything, she's just so caring and so much fun to be around. She just, like I said, lights up a room, and is just a beautiful person. So that's not really any secrets. I don't want to get beaten. He beats me. How about that? That's a secret.
Yeah. She's affirming how wonderful she is. Well, Bobby, it's great that you have so many people in your support system. I mean, they talk about you being supportive, and look how many people are here to support you. What would you like a viewer or somebody listening to feel and to know? Maybe not having the same kind of support system, or maybe not having the faith that you had to persevere in your story. Any words that you would like to share with them?
No, the words that I have, honestly, it is all about the faith. I mean, when I went through my journey, I had to go through a lot of pain. I mean, it's like being that butterfly, inside, the caterpillar in the cocoon before you actually morph. I mean, you go through a lot of pain, and you go through a lot of loss or transition to find who you really are deep down inside. And I went through it. I mean, my days weren't always sunny. It took a lot to push through it. But I think it's having the strength to know that, number one, it's okay to not be okay. It really is, because it's not always okay. But when you get through those challenges, you start to see that light, on the other side of that tunnel as you're getting through it. And you learn going through all of it. If you look back at all of it, because we can't always see what's in front of us, but we can always see what's behind us.
Right.
So when you think of it that way, when I look back now, I can actually see that these challenges made me the woman I am, and being afraid and going through these things at the time I did, it's a gift. I'm glad I went through it now. So it's the best thing that ever happened to me.
Well, thank you so much for being a great inspiration to the community. Your story is wonderful. We obviously can tell that you are loved and supported by your family. So congratulations. Give her a big round of applause, everybody. She's an international best-selling author in 3 countries.
Yay!
Well done,
Thanks,
Bobby.
Bobby.
Well done. Go out and support and celebrate your amazingness. Well done, everybody. And thanks for coming to IGNITEARAMA.
Thank you.
You're very welcome.
Take a
I
bow.
love it when families show up. I love it when there's all the generations there, from the children to the parents. It's such a beautiful experience. And the truth is that so many of our authors from around the globe show up to IGNITEARAMA for every one of our books, and their family, their friends, their support is there with them. And that just goes to show folks that humanity is here. We all are supporting one another, and that faith and that connection and that love is available. It's available to you and each and every one of us. And if you want to be a part of the Love Fest that we have growing on at Ignite, we welcome you to be a part of our community always. And as you can see, we are the leaders of empowerment publishing. We have people coming to us who are writing books that are making big messages, who are making a difference on the planet, and who are truly there to care about one another. And so if you've got a book in mind, we would love to support you, and always encourage you to buy one of our Ignite books and read the many, many stories that are available. All right, well, we're on to our next guest, and here she comes. This is so fun because she is right here in my hometown, in my stone's throw away. And she is so fun. We are all our way moving to Canada from our Americas. So I'm meeting some of our American authors, our German authors, our South African authors, and now we get to meet some of our Canadians. Welcome, Cheryl, to the show. Welcome to IGNITEARAMA. Today you are published and doing that international bestseller experience. How does it feel for you?
Oh my God. That's all I can say. Oh my God.
Right.
Phenomenal.
And it's a Facebook, so oh my God, double time.
Right? Oh my God, triple time. Yeah, I had to go
Exactly.
change my background and add them all.
I think it's great. You're very creative. You do a lot of creative things, and I think it's beautiful that you did that. Now, I remember reaching out to you specifically. This wasn't on your radar, and I
Not even
reached out and
close.
said, yeah, I think you should be in this book. And it was just intuition, divine. Somebody told me and then gave me the nudge to give to you. What was your thoughts the very first time I mentioned it to you?
Actually, it was really interesting because when you invited me, JB, I could hear very clearly healing, just one word. I was like, okay, I'm always up for an adventure. So what's this about?
Wow, so you heard the word healing.
Yes.
And has it been healing?
It has been fascinating. And I would assume at certain levels, because our emotional levels are so deep and they're so broad and there's so many. Yes, it has definitely been healing. And I'm seeing some amazing friends coming on. So this is cool.
Love it, love it, love it. All right, well, let's talk to some of your friends. So is it Kaylee? Is that how you pronounce it?
That would be Calais.
Sorry, Calais. Do you want to unmute yourself and share a little bit with...
I'm so proud of her for stepping out of her comfort zone and just trusting, trust in what her abilities, her trust and spirit. It has just been a marvel to watch her. I am a partner with her in a Facebook Live presentation, and for her to look back at what she's done in the last 5 to 10 years, it is just amazing.
Wonderful. And obviously you've read her story. Was it a tearjerker for you?
Yes. Well, and it was written in such a way that I felt a part of it.
Mm-hmm.
It was just an insight to more of who she is.
Yeah, really, really beautiful. I think a lot of us cried when we were reading her story, and she cried. And so that's so beautiful because it's such a beautiful, I always know authors are so deep in their authenticity when tears come with their story. So it's beautiful. Lots of tears. All right, Loretta, I'd love for you to unmute yourself and share a little bit. Have you read Cheryl's story?
Yes, definitely. I had to read hers first because I've only known Cheryl just a few years. And
right.
I was introduced to you at it must have been a Marilyn Harper event a few years ago. And then of course through her and Anita, I learned a bit more about feng shui and started using some of those beautiful learnings and techniques in my own home. Went through a whole transformation in my house because of Cheryl and Anita, of course, too. It's been a real journey. So I just, her story touched me. I had no idea. Like, I only know Cheryl a little bit, so I had no idea, but I thought it was really, really wonderful how she wove her own personal feng shui within the story of what your message with the red carnation and the spiritual realm. It was beautiful. It was beautiful. And because of Cheryl and Anita, I only had to mention something about writing a book, and next thing you know, here I am.
That's right. Isn't it wonderful how that happens? You get invited and shared. And so you're going to be next to publishing and working on our next book. So congratulations for you. I always find it wonderful when a story reveals part of a person that we didn't know, and it makes us feel closer to them and more connected to them. Did you have that sensation?
Oh, totally. I didn't know. I don't know a lot about Cheryl. There's a few other things I know about her, but definitely not that. And knowing her the little bit I do, she's so focused. It's just like incredible. It's like I'm going, yeah, I gotta learn some more things to help me to keep that focus.
Well, in a
Well,
few
thank you.
months from now, when you publish, you'll be like back on her doorstep with a bottle
Oh,
of
yeah.
champagne,
Yeah.
sharing and thanking her for the beautiful experience. All right, well, let's jump over to Paula. Paula, if you would like to share a little bit about Cheryl, that would be great.
Oh, yeah, Cheryl's really inspired me. I mean, just over the years, just how she's grown. I remember meeting her when she was working at one of the events, and look at her today. So she inspires me just to keep on doing and doing things, and just keep growing and trying things out. Yeah, and her story was very touching and something we could all relate to, and kind of brings you to tears a little bit. It's just life, and we just accept and grow and move on.
Yeah, it was really wonderful. She was really descriptive in her story. And what's interesting is, folks, if you're Cheryl and Anita, her business partner, are writing a solo book, and they've been working on it for a while. And I invited Cheryl to be a part of this faith book to just move her outside of that project and into this project and just be creative and have a different experience. And I feel like it was so wonderful because you really, Cheryl, like dug into your story and put so much texture and layers into it because it was a personal experience. It was easier to write than sort of making up content for your other book. And I just want to ask you, when you really started to put you on the page, if you could share a little bit about that feeling, because I know some people are nervous when they're writing. They're not exactly sure how to reveal to the reader. But your story is really you on the page. And I think when a lot of people read this story, they're going to feel you so intuitively. Can you share a little bit about that?
Oh, JB, you know, the stages and the steps that Ignite and your coaches took us through, from Tish and Steph and Alex and Mimi, and then the polish with you, all of those pieces and parts guided. So they were, anybody who knows me, everybody that's on here does, I am an organizer. So having a process, having those steps, knowing that those steps were in place for me made it easier, because it didn't matter what I put down on the page. You and your team helped craft it to what it was. And I was open to the suggestions and the learning. It was a lot of boxes of these. Let me tell you.
That's the best part. That's the best part, when it's boxes of Kleenex, because it's cathartic. It's changing. It's healing. It's beautiful. All right. I see Ash beaming and smiling at you. She wants to say something. And then Kathy, your turn.
Cheryl, whenever you come in the room, here comes a bubbly smile. You lighten up the room. And I don't know about Kleenexes. I always feel the beaming energy coming from you. And you said that you felt healing. We felt healing through your smile and love. And thanks for being a part of our journey. We enjoyed every single meeting when we came over there. And yeah, the Friday Mastermind, I am kind of sad. It's only 2 left, because it was such an amazing time. Happy hour for my soul.
Thank you, Ash. That's so sweet.
I'm celebrating you, Cheryl. It's all you, and you are sweet. Thank you.
Wonderful. Beautiful. Beautiful. All right, Kathy, your turn.
So yeah, Cheryl is, you light up the room. And I actually, as we got going with the process and sort of getting to know one another, I've been watching your feng shui on Fridays and seeing you with big fun glasses and very creative. And it was like, I need to talk to her. And we had a chance to talk off all of this stuff. And her knowledge and her frankness and your, organizational skills, you touched me and you got me moving. It's motivational. Thank you very much. And yeah, I got rid of the printer. Got rid of one of the printers.
All right.
Progress.
And Charles been to my house also and got us in shape at our house also and given us some wonderful tips. So folks, if you're interested in what Cheryl's up to, she does some beautiful helping you learn about letting go of your possessions. And so Cheryl, as you reminisce on this experience and this journey and hear what everybody has been sharing, and oh, your other guest has showed up. How do you say your name?
It's Viorica.
Viorica, are you able to unmute yourself and share a little bit? We're glad to have you back.
Yeah, my computer is acting up every time. I don't know why. Sorry.
That's okay. We got you now. Tell us a little bit about something about Cheryl that the rest of us maybe don't know.
She's a very nice person. And after I read her story, I had an epiphany. Because in that day, I had opened my heart to love. It was such a nice experience to meet God. In the same day that in my Orthodox religion is open the gates to the heaven.
Mm.
And after I read her story, I figured out that all my life I had faith in God. I didn't know what it means until I read her story. So my whole life was driven by faith in God. In that day, after her story, I figured it out. So it was like a big aha moment in my life.
Wow, the clouds opened up and the angels sang and everything was happening. I could just feel it. It's beautiful.
Yes, it was such a nice moment.
Congratulations. We love that. And we can't wait for you to read the rest of the stories because la la la. It will be very
I
fun.
read most of them, yes.
Wonderful.
Most of them, yes.
Wonderful.
I almost finished
Wonderful.
it.
Excellent, excellent. All right, Cheryl, well, in the last few minutes that we have, is there anything that you would love to share with someone who's listening?
I am a person who likes adventures. And if the opportunity arrives, say yes, ask questions, check it out, but follow. If you're watching this, it's because there's someone back here going, you need to do this. You need to do this. So just jump in and do it. It really is as simple as committing to jump into the pool. There's so much support here.
Thank you so much, so much. And you have been a great support for everybody else, for me, for my family, and for everybody in the community. Thank you for being you. Thank you for your story. Thank you for the tears, because we know the tears are just beautiful, beautiful, magical seeds that blossom into something else. All right, everybody, give her a big round of applause. She's an international bestseller.
And when your heart's happy, your face smiles.
Yes, that's right. Her quote is, when your heart is happy, your face smiles, right?
You bet.
Terrific. All right. Thank you, everybody. Thanks for being here. And we're moving on to our next author, which is so great because she's also in my neighborhood, which is wonderful because that's not random. That's not a coincidence. We have back-to-back authors who are in my neighborhood, and it's really beautiful to have. Now, I just want to remind you, if you feel the calling to tell your story, of course, you can go to IGNITEU.life. And if you want to know more about this book, go on over to Amazon. It is free downloads this weekend on Amazon. You can get it on your Kindle. And of course, you can buy a copy. And just so you know, all the proceeds of our online book sales go to our schools that we build in third world countries. My husband and I just came back just a few days ago from Indonesia, building our first 2-classroom school. It was a life-changing event. It was fantastic and amazing. And it just upped my faith 10 times to see all of those children. So grateful and thankful for the school that we build. When you buy an Ignite book, including Ignite Your Faith, those proceeds go towards building bricks in our school. All right, Natasha, unmute yourself, darling, and welcome. I love that you're dressed up and looking fantastic. Welcome to IGNITEARAMA, and you are the star of this show, my darling. How's it feeling? How's it feeling with your book? I know you've been published before, but this was your faith story, and you are one of those people that I admire so much. You really do walk in faith. You're inspirational, and you awaken the feeling, the faith, the devotion that many of us have and feel. Just curious how you're feeling today.
Well, I'm actually getting messages from people being like, I just seen that you're, bestseller. I just seen your book come out. Can we meet? Can we chat? And I'm like, okay, if this is what I needed to launch me, you guys needed to see my faith through this amazing book with these beautiful authors that I have been blessed to walk along with, including yourself, then let's do it. I feel amazing because anytime we can reflect in a way that reaches hundreds of thousands of what we truly are, I think that we are in the winning. So every time we level up and we reach out, we level up the world. And that's my belief. So I'm just leveling up the world, baby.
Amen. Amen. Because we become a mirror, right? Like we reflect. And I often, people have said, you're so amazing. I'm like, you're amazing too. Like, you're so awesome. I always say, like, if you think I'm awesome, you're awesome. If you think I'm amazing, you're amazing. Because you see it in somebody because you have it in yourself. And I want to just say that also, you are amazing. I see that in you. And I also see you shining upon others. You really are a person who gives. Is that something that's been a part of you your whole life? Was there an ignite moment that flicked the switch for you? Was faith something that has been following you all along? Did it come into your life? Share a little bit about your history.
I actually believe I was born with it. I believe that we're born with certain gifts, and faith and love were two of them. I carry a love in me that should not be there because of the things that have happened to me. And I go through something very painful or life's experience, and, I get hurt, and then boom, the love comes back. And so I believe some things are supernatural, and so is my faith. It has been tried over the last little while. So I find this book to be an encourager to me for my faith, because it has been challenged. And the truth is, we are challenged in a time when we are rising up to something new, which is almost hilarious. So in a time when the book that says Ignite Your Faith comes out, I'm needing a reignition of my faith in some places. So I'm actually encouraged in that way. So yeah, it's just something that I do. And let me just say that many times I've walked in that faith. And I thank you for acknowledging the way I show up on the planet. It's important to me because I believe that what's in me needs to be out. But this journey for me, and I'm not going to cry because you guys already got me yesterday. This journey for me has been where I have been filled up. I often feel like I'm somebody who's filling others. And in this place, I have been blessed to be covered and filled and lifted up. And that is very powerful all its own.
Mirror, we're just a mirror of you. So it's just fantastic. I appreciate you so much. And it's so heartwarming to see your smile and your exuberance. And I know that your story was, we worked through your story, and there was parts of your story, and there was, the tweaking and the changing and the shuffling and the minutia that goes in writing a story till it gets to a point where you say, yes, I'm ready to publish. Yes. Do you feel like now reading your story, because the story for some of the folks who don't know, it takes about 4 months for us to finish this process. From when you started to where you are now, do you feel different?
I do. It was a quick write for me. Like I sat down and wrote mine in 2 hours. And my edits went really good. I feel like the Lord was in it with me. But what I do have as a takeaway, as I even was able to go over one of my other books and re-edit some of it. And I was like, and there it was, because I use like a lot. I was like, I got to take some of these things out, So there was not just the piece of growing in it. I had to surrender a little bit, which was also very difficult for me. But I was also taught new things so that I could level up in what I do in my personal life as well. So the editing actually for me helped me to see and hear and feel things different as I read. And as I was reading my other book, and I was like, wow, just those 3 experiences in editing has actually helped to educate me to become a better writer. The value in that alone is amazing. And I get actually quite a few calls and messages of people saying, I want to write. Can we connect? I might have to make a job out of it. Hello.
Yeah, you might. And you might like start needing a calendar to like for all those appointments that you need to start booking with all those people who want to connect with you. So fantastic. Well, two people that want to say something to you are here in the room. Ash, go ahead. Please share with Natasha.
Natasha, you come with the divine grace. Whenever you enter the room, we can feel the spirituality and divine presence with you. So I'm here, girl, today to celebrate you. As you were filling everyone's cup, we want to fill yours and tell you we are a big family. Count on us. Tell us what you need to help, and we are here for you. You're not alone. That's all.
Terrific, terrific, terrific. I so agree. All right, Nicole, your turn.
I concur with Ash. Natasha, from the first time I saw you and heard you, I just saw and heard Jesus. You are doing Daddy proud, and I am so blessed to be on this journey with you. You are showing me, even though I'm young, you're younger than me. You're showing me how to show up in the world. You know, and Ash said, we are here for you as well. Nobody's perfect on this earth. Nobody's calling you to be perfect, but yes, you are a powerhouse. And I love you.
I said no crying, girl.
I know. That's okay. It's a love fest. It's a love fest, folks. All right, Becca's here. Hi, Becca. Welcome. Please share what you'd like to with Natasha and unmute yourself. There you go.
Hi, Natasha. I'm so proud of you. You show up so brightly everywhere. And your story just moves my heart because it's not just a story on the page. It's something that you live every day and you inspire all of us. Thank you so much for your grace and your positivity and living by faith every day.
Thank you.
Amen. Amen.
Thank you.
All right, Vanessa, your turn.
Hey, Natasha.
Hi, baby.
Hi, sister. I mean, you are such a bright, shining light. We connected, and I felt just a connection to you like none other. You remind me of what I feel inside, what's trying to break through. You just embody everything, such inspiration for me. And I just love you so much. And I want to encourage you. You know, you were crying yesterday, and, you know, pretty girls don't cry. So, you know, I just wanted to be of support to you.
Pretty girls don't cry. Where'd that come from?
I don't know.
Okay, I saw two handsome men show up. Yeah, exactly. Two handsome guys showed up and then you went off camera. Can you come back on camera? Raymond B, we would love to hear from you guys. Natasha, while we're getting those boys back, I just want to also share with you, you know, I believe in you very strongly, and I've shared with you, I think you have a hugely bright future. I know that you have such a mission to do here on earth, and I really would love and offer my mentorship to help you cultivate that and go forward with your passion and the work that you do. We need more people to talk about Heavenly Father. We need more people to speak in faith. We need more people to be proud of the God and all creator, and someone who is not afraid to send that message and share that. And that is really you. That's your mission. And so please, again, reach out to me whenever you need so that we can continue that forward. That's going to inspire humanity in many, many ways.
I'm in, girl.
You're in?
In.
Lock arms, lock arms, lock arms, lock arms.
Yeah, come on.
Right.
Let's do
All right,
it.
well, we lost those boys again. They were here, they were here, and now they're gone. So I'll leave it with you again, Natasha. Is there something that you would like to share with the people out there who may be struggling with some of the things that you've been going through, and you can speak to them only in a way that they will understand?
My message today is that, just like I put in the end of my book, there's literally only one of you. You are knitted, you are created for greatness. There's a purpose and a plan for you on this earth. This earth needs you. The people need you. God made you for great and mighty things. So whatever you're facing today, remember we need you. Nobody else can fill your shoes, and nobody can do what you were created for. So get up and keep going and find the faith to walk it out. Bless you.
Right? Shouldn't she be on camera? Shouldn't she be on camera? Exactly. So well said. So beautifully shared. And I just appreciate you deeply. So do you remember your name of your chapter, your title of your chapter?
Yes, it's Faith with No Borders. And it's based around I walk by faith and not by sight.
And you're on page, what page number are you on?
I'm in 128, baby. And actually it correlates with Deuteronomy 28. And it's like the bountiness, the fullness of all that God has for you will fill your barns and overflow in Jesus' name.
Hey, that's not a coincidence. You know, I always tell our authors, your page number has significance to it. And they sometimes don't believe me, but that is truly wonderful and significant. And talk a little bit about your action step. What would you like to encourage people to do so that they can move forward in their own lives?
I think the biggest thing to do is remember that you are part of a collective. So when it talks about the body of Christ, it means the body. Your body has fingers and toes and eyes and nose, and every single part is there for a purpose. So when you need to be launched forward, reach out to the toes and reach out to the nose, and just know that those pieces as a collective will help you to walk in the fullness of what you need.
Amen. 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 Give her a round of applause. She's a best-selling author in 3 countries. She's making waves. We love that you're making waves, honey. And please come and visit me. I'm home for 2 weeks, so I would love to see you in person. Let me know when you're in town so we can have some time together.
Road trip.
Road trip. I love it. I love it so much. All right. Well, thank you, everyone. And we are going to move on to, you got it. Big hugs and kisses. Move on to our next author. Every 15 minutes, we connect you with a new faith author and somebody who can share and somebody who can talk about their story, because their story really was written in their heart to help you. They wanted their story to be a catalyst for change and growth and inspiration in your lives. And they truly took the time to write something magical. Now, I love putting multiple people in a book around a very powerful theme, and faith has been, you know, people are controversial around faith. Why? Because they attach it to symbology or religion. And the truth is, we all have faith in our own way. We have faith in things we believe in. We have faith in ourselves, and we have faith in the power of our lives. And so these stories are really about defining that. Now, our next author, fantastic story, so cute and charming, writing about a beautiful thing, the star, the nativity star, the faith that she had in that. Becca, welcome to the show. Love having you here. A little bit about the inspiration behind your story.
Thank you so much. It's such a big day, and thank you for making this happen.
You got it. No problem at all. We love doing this.
The nativity star has been so important to me since I was a little girl. I was a little girl with a lot of faith, big faith, little girl. And as I've gotten older, holding on to that sometimes has been challenging because a lot of life is thrown at you. But I felt like the little girl inside me was ignited this particular Christmas. And the story was stemmed from this particular Christmas of the past 2022.
Now, you have a very creative style of writing. You're a trained writer, is that correct? You have some training in writing?
I do. And as a writing coach, I served students for 22 years. And I've been writing since I was 8 years old, either in a journal or writing contests or whatnot. And I published a book by myself this January.
Congratulations. Well, it really shows your story, and your style of writing is very unique. And I always love when authors, you can hear the author's voice in your head when you're reading their story. I think that's really powerful. And of course, when I was reading your story, I could hear you. I had the pleasure of you reading your story to me, which was also very powerful. How did you feel as a writing coach going through being coached as to be a writer?
This was an incredible experience because I'm usually on the other side of things. So I felt like I got the royal treatment. I felt like a princess each time I sat with the editors. And the fact that I was able to read and share my own audible voice each time that I met with the editors really meant a lot to me, because I think that you can hear the heart of somebody when they're able to share with their voice as well as their pen. And everybody was so kind. Everybody was so encouraging and professional. I just felt like a queen.
Oh, well, you are the queen of the nativity, of the sharing. It was really, really wonderful for you to also step into that. When I was reading your story, I just felt like you were there. I felt like you were in that environment. It was so, so beautiful. All right. Well, Raymond is here. Raymond is your partner or your husband?
Raymond is, you made us laugh, which is
I'm
great.
trying to figure it out. I'm sorry. I'm in the dark. I'm having a blonde moment. I know he was here for the other one, and then back and forth. And I'm trying to read the chat. Share with me. Who is it? Introduce him.
Raymond is my very, very camera shy. I'm very proud of him for being here. And he's calling my husband. My husband's never been on a Zoom before. So
got it. Okay. So Raymond's not your husband. Raymond is, because I was just, Raymond is my son, and my husband, Russ, are here next. Okay, great. So which one is which? Who's going to speak? Raymond, is that you? Unmute yourself, sir.
Yes.
Got it. Hi, Raymond. How are you?
Fine. Is there a feedback one?
A little bit, because we're in the same room.
All right, I'll talk to Raymond, and Becca, you turn off your sound. Raymond, the son, correct?
Yes.
And so, Raymond, how was it reading Mom's story about the nativity star?
We're here for it.
I haven't read it yet. I haven't gotten the copy.
Oh, so you know what we love, what we find so exciting is that on launch weekend, so many people around the planet we know are like sitting down to read their loved one's story. And so I go to bed every night thinking like, tonight there's like thousands of people reading everyone's story. So you're going to have such a beautiful time reading your mom's story. And so beside you was Russ. Is that correct?
Yeah.
All right, Russ, welcome on Zoom. We love it. Is this your first time on Zoom? Is that what you said?
Yes, ma'am, it is.
Well, welcome to being on Zoom. You are around the globe. People are seeing you all over the world, and we're celebrating your beautiful, blessed wife's incredible story. Have you had a chance to read it?
I did earlier today.
And how was it? We always love it when husbands read the stories of their partners. What was it like to see it through her eyes?
It was amazing.
Yeah,
Absolutely amazing. I'm just very proud of her.
Yeah, very great writer. Is there anything that you would love us all to know about her that we don't?
Many things.
Give us one.
Need permission.
Tell us one secret. Tell us one wonderful quality of hers.
She wakes up every day, always happy, ready to go, take on the day, positive, buzzy energy every morning. And her love is never ending.
She's fantastic. Absolutely. Well, thank you, gentlemen, for showing up. We really appreciate it. Christina, you're here to share. If you'd like to pour into Becca, please go ahead.
I just recently met Becca through like an online social media group and just completely connected. And when I was reading her story, just like you said, it was like I was transported into that moment. I felt like I was there with her, experiencing the same things, while at the same time it was bringing up a lot of memories from like my childhood and various aspects of my life that I went through, and could very much reflect back on how my faith has gotten me through those points, as well as a good reminder as to how to use your faith, whether you're actively using it, or when sometimes we're in our humanness, we forget and it becomes like that ornament on a shelf. And then we're like, why is everything going wrong? Remember your faith, bring it back. And then as soon as you bring your faith back, it seems like even in the troubles, even in the trials and tribulations, you still have that steadiness about you that you can get through anything.
And I think that's what makes a really good story is when it's someone else's story and you're reading it and you're feeling your own life imprinted or layered upon it, and it's bringing up memories and thoughts for you. That is really the example of a true and powerful story. Thank you so much for sharing. All right, Susan, I'll jump over to you. How has reading Becca's story changed you? If you unmute yourself, that would be great. Awesome.
Okay. Hi.
Peter, if you can just remind people in the chat in the back to unmute themselves, that would be helpful if you don't mind. Thanks. Go ahead, Susan.
Okay. Like Christina, Becca and I just recently connected as well through social media. And I feel a great connection with Becca. Our stories align in many ways, which is a wonderful thing. I read her story yesterday, and yeah, it really filled me up. You know, it made me want to cry because there was so much connection there in her story. You know, I like to think of life in the layers. One of my mother's favorite poems was all about living in the layers. And your story had so many layers that, you know, we're not always aware of the layers, you know, when we go through our lives. And just to live fully in your life and to live in those layers and have your faith that will guide you through those layers and bring you to where you're meant to be. So I'm glad you're where you're meant to be, Becca. I'm glad that you're in my life. And I look forward to getting to know you more. Thank you.
Yeah, Becca, I'm really appreciative because you weren't cliche with your story. Like you really did something that I think is so unique to you. I don't think there's any other story I've ever read using that analogy and using that, the power of what you spoke about in your story. So it's really very tender and at the same time, very unique and beautiful. All right, Ash, I'll let you share. Go ahead.
So for Becca, I can always feel when she comes in, it's poise. She's so calm, the steadiness and the support she gives to everybody. The elegance in her presence. And it shows the faith is a big part of Becca's journey because she pours support for everybody. Though sometimes she cannot come, she always let us know. Sorry. And that's when Peter and we all made a mission that we have to find another job for Becca. So we can see Becca more.
That's right. We want to see more of Becca. We want to hear more of Becca. Fantastic. Wonderful. All right, Nicole, your turn. And then Kathy, on to you.
Becca, you actually read your story to me and it was so beautifully written. I was just smitten by your writing style. And as you just spoke about you're so encouraging, you're so supportive and generous with your time. You've taken time out, even though you have a lot on your plate, you have taken the time out to sit with me on a Zoom call to help me out with a lot of things. And I'm truly appreciative to you. And even though we just met each other, you are my sister now as well.
Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. It was wonderful to hear her read her story, wasn't it, Nicole? Like it was really special. She just read it in such a beautiful way. All right, Kathy, your turn. Share and pour a little bit into Miss Becca.
Oh my God, Becca, I'm one way or another. I'm either going up to Lake Placid, or you're coming down to South Carolina for us to meet in person. She and I actually had a chance to do a little work together. I was publishing my third coloring book, and I was like, I need a third set of eyes. And I said, would you be willing to edit help me edit the book. And she did. And we just connected. It was just like an old working relationship, which is wonderful. And yeah, you're a kind, gentle soul and have an angel wings coming out your back, my dear.
So nice and so wonderfully said. Kathy, when you mentioned that, I just got it like, ding. I'm like, we should organize something this summer when Peter and I cycle through the US and stop along the way, Salt Lake City or Sedona or somewhere along there, and just really let everybody know that we're there and try to bring us all together. Because this book has been very, very special, and the authors have really felt a deep, deep connection. Natasha, are you here to share with Miss Becca? Go ahead, darling.
I was going to stay on, Becca, because I felt like there was something that in my heart to share with you. And so I went off, and then I felt a prompting to come back on. I just, I didn't get to read any of the book. Don't anybody get me, okay? But
that's okay, because it's saved for the right and perfect time.
That's right, girl. My vacation road trip.
Yeah.
Anyways, I see a very beautiful heart in you. And I just see this heart in you that wants to rise up and reach out to people. And I feel like sometimes you haven't been able to reach as far as you would like to, or you felt like it was closed off, or you couldn't get there yet. But I believe that this is the launch pad, this book, this experience, the way you've come out, the butterfly coming out of the cocoon will launch you to be able to share your heart with so many. And so I just am so excited for you that what you're about to walk in is everything you've dreamed of and everything you've been waiting for. And I believe that this piece of faith is going to walk you there by what you've created here and the lives that you touched. So girlfriend, just spread your wings and ignite and take flight. And it's your time. And so many will know your heart and your love, and so many will be receptive.
I love it. Ignite, ignite, ignite. All right. One more Ignite author wants to pour into you. Go ahead, Vanessa. You're just on the receiving end, my sweet. You just need to be there up on you're getting your Academy Award right now, and everybody is just pouring into you.
Hey, Becca, my goodness, when we met and you read your story to me, it was the most beautifully written, melodic symphony of a story. It was just truly so beautiful. And, when I read my story, knowing that you're a writing doula and you poured so much into me about mine, it meant so much. And then I even reached back out to you and said, I'm feeling a little nervous. The book is coming out. Did I do it justice? And you continued to pour into me. I just think you're such a beautiful human being and a beautiful soul. And I want to thank you and just tell you how much you mean to me. Thank you so much. Your future is incredibly bright. What you've done for me is beyond words. Thank you and congratulations.
Congratulations to you. Well, Becca, now it's time for your receiving speech. What do you have to share?
This has been one of the most incredible, close to year of my life since I even heard about Ignite Your Faith. I feel like everything that was poured into me has just helped me grow inch by inch. And everything that you're describing, especially Natasha and Vanessa, and just talking about getting ready to spread my wings, that's exactly how I feel today. I've felt elated. I felt tears. I felt the faith in my heart rise again, just like it did at Christmas time. And I couldn't have done it without such an incredible team. So thank you for believing in me, and thank you for encouraging me every step of the way, from the moment that I got excited about even trying to be in the book to holy cannoli, we just became international bestsellers. It's all been such an incredible experience. So thank you for this.
Well, we pour into you repeatedly over and over, and this is a legacy for you. This story will go on, and thousands and tens of thousands of people will read it, and they will be touched in a new and unique way. So congratulations. Give her a big round of applause, everybody. Becca today is an international best-selling author. You deserve it, my darling. Big blessings to you. And thank you so much for the wonderful story that you wrote. Well, folks, we love talking about Ignite Your Faith. And of course, we want to encourage you to go off to Amazon and download your own free copy on Kindle. Today, you don't have to have a Kindle account. You can just easily get a copy for free. And the great thing is if you've been watching this episode, you probably have been touched in some way, inspired somehow. And so share that with somebody else. If there's someone in your life that you know may be struggling or may need a little bit of help or a little bit of faith, this is the perfect experience for you to share with them. Not only writing a story, being a part of Ignite, or going to download a free book. We are a community here of like-minded, heart-centered, soul-centered individuals. We do what we do because we want to ignite the planet. We want people to feel better about their experience. We want to create and elevate the consciousness of the planet. And that really is why I am so committed to making Ignite be a part of every person's bookshelf, and every single person, everyone on the planet has an Ignite moment. And I believe every one of those people should tell their story. So if you would like to tell your story, go on over to igniteyou.life, igniteyou.life. That's our website. And that's where you can find out. Click at the top where it says upcoming books, and you can see the new books that we have on our roster. Ignite Your Purpose and Ignite Your Courage is currently happening. We're still welcoming in new authors till the end of the month. And then in September, we will be starting Ignite Your Creativity. We also have Ignite Your Joy. We have Ignite Your Connections with you and your furry friends. So if you've got a story, an Ignite moment with you and your pet, we've got a book for you. And of course, our huge initiative is Ignite Humanity. We are going to become the largest. My goal is to create the largest compilation book on the planet, and writing in the Ignite Humanity book so that we can ignite the world with our humanity stories. All right. Well, this is a perfect time for you to go get a copy of the book. We're going to take a short break. Facebook Live will only let us live stream for so many hours, and we are bumping up against our timeline. So we are going to take a 1 hour break for everybody to have a quick rest, a quick bathroom break, a little bit of something to eat. Take a deep breath, do some meditation. Maybe you want to do some journaling. You might want to write something down. You might want to go for a walk outside. And for all the authors that have been here since this morning, this is a great time for you to just really sit and seep into gratitude, into thankfulness. Maybe take some time to look in the mirror and see how fantastic you are. Maybe even reread your story and just be with yourself over this next hour. We'll be back at the top of the hour, 3 o'clock Mountain, 5 o'clock Eastern. We look forward to seeing you as we continue the IGNITEARAMA 2023 Ignite Your Faith, our 19th book, going live this week, launching bestseller in already 3 countries. We'll see you back here. All right, blessings, everybody.
Now, more than ever, we need to come together to connect with one another. We need to feel the truth in who we are and let go of everything that's happened in the past. We need to empower every person on the planet and awaken hearts, enliven souls, come together, laugh, play, rejoice, connect, create, and love. It's time to ignite humanity. We want you to be a part of something that will impact the future for everyone. We want you to tell your story, share your Ignite moment, show people who you truly are. Be a part of igniting humanity and making a difference in the world and all of our futures.